welcome. Thank you for checking out Pirates and Demons. It's the first session in what will hopefully be ongoing stream release for uh, a few months, I think. Um, but you have uh, perhaps seen a few of us before uh, doing Secrets of Cats, and then uh, before that, Mundane to Extraordinary. Uh, Let me see. Today we're doing character generation. With me is our illustrious GM, Hasa Iona. Uh, Also joining us is Dimmy, and for the first time, Toby. Uh, Let me see. I think I'm just. Does anybody have like a shout out before we jump in?
Not
Anybody?
really.
Okay. Um, so in that case, I'm just gonna turn it over to you, Hasa.
Okay. I was like half like waiting for you to say like, "Oh, welcome to like from mundane to extraordinary." Wait, wrong campaign. Don't worry, I prepared for this one. Yeah. So yeah, Pirates and Demons. Pirates and Demons is going to be a game about being awesome pirates in a world where, you know, magic exists, even though it's uh, not as prevalent. Is that a word?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, not as prevalent as in some other settings, such as from mundane to extraordinary. It definitely exists here, and there's, you know, all kinds of magical creatures and trolls and demons and things, and players are going to be playing a fresh pirate crew that just formed, but don't have their ship yet, and that's where adventure is going to start. But first we have to make characters. I think we did like actually most of the character making yet. So how about we start with some character introductions, and if we need to do some changes and additions, we can do that during the introduction. Dimi, tell us a little about the mysterious M.
Um, well, um, she, oh, that's a hard question. um, I guess well, the first thing you notice about her is that she looks like a maybe around 30 something year old female, well, human, you know. Uh, um, she she's very good with her tools, I guess. She likes sometimes keeping to herself, sitting in a corner, tinkering with something. But at the same time, she can also be very. I guess when you talk to her, she has all these awesome stories about past times and history stuff and everything that you're not exactly sure how exactly she knows so much about something. I don't know. I'm stuck.
Okay, that's probably fine so far. I mean, we're still like in the process of generation, so
Yeah.
not all details need to be set yet, right?
Yeah, and what is she good at? Like, actually, you guys are from the same island, so you all have either a house or a room in the inn on the pirate island. So you guys might know each other, so you could also like tell the rest like stuff they might actually know about you, like what are you good at, like your best skills or things like that, so that they know like, hey, this is what she's about.
Well, first of all, she should be
If
known
you want.
about. Yeah, sure. Be known for as I said, she's doing stuff with her hands and crafting stuff, and then usually it's a trap. She's um, she has a good eye for detail. Obviously, for that kind of work, you need one. And sometimes, mysteriously, she has things she's not supposed to have, like maybe a coin from that you could have sworn that was yours maybe 2 days ago, but
Now
but
it's
then suddenly
mysterious.
somehow it's in her hand, and you're convinced that it's actually hers, not yours. She's also known to, when she's not the best with her words. She can't really make people do stuff for her, but after she fails, something not so good happens to the person that she failed to to convince
Do
of
what you want.
something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually they usually go back and fix their mistake.
Aw, so nice of them.
Yeah, well, I don't know, maybe it's her charms or
Probably.
A good karma.
and maybe even if she's not too knowledgeable about stuff, about everyday whatevers, she seems to know a lot about, well, basically historical stuff, and then pirates of lost ships, or treasures that are considered lost forever, and or never even heard of. She's been around for from what you can say, for more than the 30 years she looks. Yeah.
Okay. Squidmore, why don't you tell us a little about yourself? Oh, why don't you guys change your names to
Oh, yes.
contain both your own name and your character's name? Toby, you can do that with the cogwheel and then the top right, and then change it to Toby and then slash or brackets or whatever.
Bro, do you have a preference about which name comes first, for the stream and such, or?
I don't think he sees the name on stream, right?
Yeah, the name doesn't show up on stream, so
right.
either way is fine.
You could even change it to penis.
If you wanted, yeah, it's all good. So yeah, Squidma, first and foremost, is just comes off as this wretched, lowly creature. He is kind of servile and seems a little bit crazy, but not in like a active. Excuse me. Active. Yeah. Chaos.
Is that River?
Oh yes, of course. River,
Oh,
let's chill.
there's a cat in the background.
Yes.
My cat's going crazy too. She wants to go outside, but minus 10 degrees, and it's just singing for me.
Yeah, mine just wants
River
to.
is our background singer.
Yeah. Mine just wants to, I don't know, push me out of the chair, knock my hat off. Anyway, but more in a crazy, in a muttering to himself. If he does something wrong, like hitting his head against the nearest hard surface.
No, Dobby, don't.
I know, exactly. Yeah, I mean, he's sort of like reminiscent of Dobby, only not cute. In fact, he probably has sort of a hard time passing for human. Like he'll wear a big cloak and with the hood pulled up when in port. But by and large, he looks like a horrible amalgamation of human, octopus, and crab. And
You should show the picture you have.
okay, so
It's
yeah,
magnificent.
he doesn't necessarily look exactly like that, but it's a fair representation. Like he doesn't have the tentacle beard that's like the sort of the trope, I think, for anything that's like part octopus. It's more like there's tentacles around, but his face has like uh, sort of a beak to it that's not at all like an avian beak, but you know, very
Crabby.
yeah, crab, sea creature,
Oh
difficult
God,
to look at, and
that's bad.
you know, and short eye stalks that look sort of dead. In terms of what he's good at, well, there's a fair amount that hasn't been filled in yet, but he certainly seems to like. I mean, I guess we perhaps haven't like interacted with each other like on a ship since we're you know we know each other, but you know haven't interacted as a crew before. But you know he knows his nautical terms pretty well, better than I do. Uh, so you know perhaps he's pretty good at seafaring.
It is starboard.
Uh, and his he's got a you know a crab claw at least and tentacles that look like they might be useful in a fight. And but in terms of uh, like personal interactions, he you know I haven't decided yet, but he might be good at like sort of uh, uh, provoking a reaction, but he's certainly not good at convincing people to do anything for him, or let me see, what are the others?
No, I think it's just provoking rapport.
Okay,
There's empathy, but that's reading people.
Yeah,
Deceive,
yeah,
that's the one. That's still
we'll be
one.
crappy at that too.
He's crabby at that?
Oh yes! Oh boy!
Oh, I see the puns.
Well, why don't you look through the skill list and decide on some skills while we move on to Sunwook,
Sure.
or however you. How do you pronounce the name?
That's
Toby?
a good question. I'm not too sure if
Is
it's
it
a silent
Sunwook
name.
or Sunwook or?
Sunwook, probably.
Okay. Well, tell us a little about Sunwook.
Well, first of all, it's a monkey. So, yeah, well, it's, I guess, possible for me to pass as a human. But, yeah. And on the other hand, it's a monkey treasure hunter. So I'm, well, dedicated to shiny, shimmering stuff. A big problem is that I've got a hilarious fear of water creatures that might
It's a
also
fish.
Oh no!
Squid
a bit
more.
strange with the squid more. I think I might have seen him on the island before, but definitely avoided him. So yeah, that's definitely gonna be a interesting journey, capturing my fears. And well, I don't know what else to tell. Probably about the skills I'm set up. No, I don't know. How do you explain it best? Just
Well, basically, let's see. Sunwook is very sneaky and very athletic. So you know, he has the whole disappearing thing going on as well, where sudden, you know, one day this coin was yours and then the next day it suddenly wasn't.
That's how he also hunts his treasures. Prefers to take other people's hints and cards. He is not too good in fighting, better in running away or just staying hidden. Yeah.
He's good at avoiding being hit though, because that's what you use athletics for.
Yeah. And also, yeah. Might be a good friend with, what was her name? The mysterious M?
The mysterious M. Yeah, she
Well,
she
she's
had
just
a
M.
name and
Have
then
added the mysterious.
yeah, it's just M. She had a
just
name and
M.
then Demi forgot what the name
Like-
was. And
Oh no!
now he
Just
just
so it
knows it
began with an
started
M.
with
So
an
now-
M.
So now it's like James Bond, just M.
Yeah, basically.
M. Just M.
Alright.
You could go for Emma.
No.
No,
It has
not
to
Emma.
start with M. What?
Might have a soulmate in M, coming to, switching possessions of belongings.
You could like trade belongings and everything. Like just be like,
Switching-
hey, now it's mine. Now it's yours. Now it's mine. Now it's yours.
Hey, look what I found the other day. Interested?
Since you guys mentioned it, I should probably also mention the race I'm playing. It's she certainly looks like a human, but that's one of the I guess you would know that. That's one of the quality of the merfolk. They
yes.
look
As long as they're dry, they look human. As soon as it starts to rain, their skin becomes scaly and they can even do the whole tail thing, but that's like voluntarily.
sorry about that.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not sure if I told you, Toby, but most races have some way of disguising themselves as human. If you want to be an exception, that's okay. You know, you could always, if you needed, throw on a big hood and
Well,
just, you know, try not to have your tail poking out.
shave.
That would look so silly. Yeah. And I had another question. Are you like a human-sized monkey, or are you like a small monkey?
Yeah. I thought about more the humanoid.
That's
type?
fine. You can totally be, or you can be like just whatever you prefer. So you guys have to do a few things for me. First of all, if you haven't got your stunts yet, just like add whatever stunts you're missing as refresh and start with a few extra fate points. That's fine. If you don't have all your skills yet, just decide like in game, like, oh, I'm rolling on this now. And I have still free spots, and I think I should be at least fair at this, so I'm gonna put it in fair. If you don't have all your aspects yet, you can come up with them in game or afterwards.
I just googled basically female sailor in just to find a picture for for my character,
Huh?
but it's like I googled something much more promiscuous, I guess.
Oh.
So
Yeah, not that kind of pirate booty.
Yeah, exactly.
oh dear. So next you guys are going to have to come up with a crew name and a flag. Since
Well, I mean, would it be maybe we should like see kind of delve into back history a little bit and see if we can
yeah.
tie our paths in together a little?
So actually let's do that. I am going to move you guys first to the island you are from so you can see what it looks like. There you go. This is Patria Pirata. All the islands and places and things have a Spanish-sounding name, and I specifically mean Spanish-sounding when I say that, because it's not actual Spanish. And it has also an English-sounding name, so you can use whatever. This is Pirate Island or Patria Pirata. I will type that out for you guys.
You should say the Spanish R if you want it to sound Spanish.
But I can't do that kind of R. I can just do the R, the throat R, not the tongue
Patria.
R.
Ah.
Yeah, that one. And you guys all come from Blackwater. Now, the reason that this island is so amazing for pirates is because it's close to a trade hub, an island where silk is made and sold and traded. And it's got this amazing bay behind Shipwreck Cove. So the Navy doesn't like to come here. They like their ships. So let's move to Blackwater. And I need to not forget to mute myself. So this is Blackwater. It's a small village. It's got fishermen and pirates and, people. There's the old town, the part with the shops, and a town hall where you come together for gatherings. But definitely, by far, the most famous place is the Parrot's Nest Inn. So, do you guys all have like a residence here, or did you just arrive and do you just have a room at the Parrot's Nest?
I would probably have just a.
How about you, Sunwook?
I'm staying in a residence.
Okay, so you've got an average
But-
resources. That mean you'd have an average house. You've got this house. You live here. I'll draw you a circle around it so you can remember. Draw shape. Let's give you a nice... Are you colorblind?
No.
Okay. You will have a nice... Oh. I need to make it a circle, not a square. That's shift, right? No. Control then? Oh, whatever. You get a nice blue square around your house.
All right.
Squidmaw.
Well, Squidbraw's residence is probably the alley behind the parrot's nest, and then on a good day, he'll be able to stay at a table there that is sort of his, in that it is the sort of the stinky corner of the inn where most people don't like to hang out anyway. But he gets thrown out a lot, just on general principle, not because of his actions necessarily, but because he's bad for business. He really is.
So behind the parrot's nest is the brewery. So these are like the stuff you need to make beer.
Yeah.
Is grown there, and then this is the brewery and the well with the water. So, and these houses here are their storage. So you could even like try to secure yourself a place in the storage, maybe.
Yeah, he would definitely hang out around there.
Because it's warm and dry, or because that's where the beer is kept.
Oh, he doesn't care about warm and dry. Yeah, merely because of the beer.
Okay.
Are you saying there's no rum?
Well,
Typically, like
okay.
they're
Spirits.
famous rum, obviously. What beer? They've rum, of course. They don't sell beer. Okay, no sneezes coming. Still something that needs to be done. I think Sunwook, you don't have your benefit from your race yet, right?
That's correct.
Your race gives you a stunt. So I was thinking either +2 to athletics to climb, so that you're better at climbing, or something to do with the fact that you have a till. So maybe you're better at like stealing objects from people. In case you find the athletics one too similar to Demi, who has basically the same but for swimming. Do you have a preference between those two?
I think I would prefer the stealing one.
Okay. So let's say for now, Monkey, you have a +2 to burgling objects of a person. So it helps when you're trying to steal things from like somebody's like clothes or something, but it won't help you when you're trying to break into their house.
I still don't have the skill bonus from my ship.
Oh yeah, right. You guys
Assignment.
get skill bonuses.
But we're still not a crew, so I don't know if we get those yet.
Yeah, you guys totally get those yet. Did you get yours yet, Brad? Did I tell you?
I think I saw it on what's it, Skype, that it was +1 to
You can choose
a
between either a
seafaring
+1 to
specialization.
seafaring specialization or a +1 to stealth. Being a deckhand, you know, you maybe occasionally don't want to be seen by the quartermaster.
No, I'll go with the. I'm not sure where I'm gonna fit it, but I'll go with the seafaring specialization.
You can just put it in the gray area somewhere if it's.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's something. For
Well,
the
okay.
skills with-
I guess it depends on whether I could. So right now,
I'm fine with you
seafaring
choosing
maneuvering is my great skill.
Mhm. Yeah, that's fine.
Could
You
I
can bump that.
use the +1 to bump up a different specialization to +3
You
to
could do
good,
that,
or okay?
like bump it to a 3, or you could bump the maneuvering to a 5.
Oh,
That's up
okay.
to
I
you.
thought that was that would be beyond the cap. Isn't there like
It
a
is, but I don't mind.
okay?
Well, that would boost your other seafaring skills anyway, so you might as well do it.
That does boost your other seafaring skills.
Okay.
That is true. So you might as well go for that, yeah. Mr. Boatswain, did you decide to go for Boatswain? Dimi?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Wait,
you
wasn't
can
it?
choose between a +1 to investigate, like checking the ship for stuff that needs to be repaired, or a +1 to some kind of boat-related craft. So +1 to crafts wood, or +1 to crafts boat, or whatever.
I'll go for the investigate.
Okay. And our sailor, Toby Sunwook, you can choose between a +1 to athletics or a +1 to notice. So you can basically choose if you want to be able to climb the rig better or sit in the crow's nest and look out over sea.
I think I would go with the notice.
Okay. And like I said, don't worry about keeping the pyramid with this. That's fine. If it gets destroyed.
Versus
So,
monsters.
yeah. Does anybody need anything for their character creation? I think that
Well.
is a no. So yeah, you guys decided to become a pirate crew. How did you decide on that? Like, why? Tell me a little more about that.
Well, Squidmaw has always felt the call of the sea. I mean, he before he was cursed. He was actually a feared captain, Red Tom Herring. but he's unrecognizable now, and if he told people, no one would believe him, because he not only does he look like nothing like he did before, but his personality is very different. Like before, as Red Tom, he was kind of dashing and brash, and now he's sort of a ruin.
Wow, did you just call yourself a red herring? Wow.
It's spelled differently, but yes.
Okay. So was it just like random night in the parrot's nest? You guys sitting around a table together, Squid Mob being let in for once, and then just like somebody said like, oh, what would be cool would be to like be pirates, and then you were all like, yay! Or is there a different kind of story?
Is that a question to all of us or to Squidmaw?
To whoever wants to answer it. So all of you.
Well, M has always had this. I should call it, thirst for acquiring more possessions and gold and treasures and stuff. And she obviously knows a thing or two. The path of a pirate lord is not an easy one, and that's her end goal basically. And additionally, she heard that someone from her past that is not very happy with her is aiming for what was the town called?
Blackwater?
For Blackwater. So she
Blackwater.
decided it's maybe time to go now, right now. Yeah, she heard a couple of people speaking about gathering a crew, so she just went there and offered her services.
How about you, Sunwook? How did you decide to become a pirate?
Well, I never really planned to initially until once my
Was it Squidmaw? Did he threaten you to do it?
was my greed that brought me to look for pirate crew, because one of my things that I acquired under shady conditions, there was a mysterious treasure map. And since I just can't withstand the call of the treasure, I decided I had to move on from the little town of Blackwater, where I knew most of the valuable stuff anyways, and go for something bigger.
Okay.
I would imagine that Sunwalk probably found out that Squidmaw was going to be on the crew after having already signed up, and then it's just horrible.
I thought it would be a good idea, or just the perfect situation to get away of these scary thingies that's roaming around in town. But well, sadly, I've got
Just
two
your
water
luck.
creatures on the ship with me, so that's gonna be a fun journey.
So, does anybody have any questions before we jump into the story?
Other than what I'm going to do with all these stunt slots now.
Okay. Well, you can figure that out. I think that's too much to do like right now.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so I'll show you a map. Most of you will have seen this already, if not all of you. But this is the map of the area you guys are in. And right now you are on Isla de Seda. The English name is just Seda. But it does mean silk. So it's Island of Silk.
Wait, we didn't say we are on the
This is your
Patria
hometown.
Pirata.
It's your hometown, but you're not
Okay.
there right now. So this is Sida. The reason you guys are there is because you've heard of an opportunity to acquire a ship.
how did we get there?
Well, you were actually picked up because the lady who offered this opportunity, her name is, where is she?
Not N, is it? Because that would be confusing.
No, her name is Stiora Duke. I will write that down for you
Sure.
guys. Stiora Duke. And she actually owns a shipyard. So she has ships to pick people up if she wants something from them. But of course, you know, you're not just getting a ship. It's not going to be that easy. Because Stiora has a problem. There's this other shipyard on Sida. And it it's consists entirely of mill shipwrights, which is normal, and they didn't like the idea that there's a woman who owns a shipyard. To make matters worse, there is a competition in the area, a shipmaking competition. So the fact that there is a woman who makes ships is bad, but if she were to beat them in the competition, now that would be a problem. So she's heard rumors of this shipyard hiring a group of pirates to basically, you know, get rid of her or deal with her, make sure that she doesn't deliver a good ship. So she would like to hire you guys for protection. When you come
Alright.
there, you see this ambitious young woman, and she comes straight to business. She says, "Okay, so you know, you want a ship, I want protection. Of course, you know, a simple job like this won't get you the best ship, but it'll get you a ship. What do you guys say?"
Have we seen the
What do you
ship?
want protection from? First of all?
So she explains that somebody or that pirates were hired to make sure she didn't win the competition. So your job would be to make sure that me and my wares are safe.
Mhm.
Have we seen the ship at all?
Sure. I can show you. I've got two ships back here. This one she points to a ship would be yours. The other one is probably a little bit too expensive for you. This one is it's a second hand, but it's I've redone some of the woodwork myself, and it's in a good condition.
I'll go over and see what I can tell about the ship from, you know, looking at it, you know, knocking here and there, just basically figuring out if she's, you know, telling the truth about it being in a good condition. I don't want to drown at
Okay.
sea.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Me too.
What do you do? Do you like climb up on the ship or?
Well, first I'll you know, not climb, and if I guess I would eventually.
Okay. The ship looks in good condition. It's not going to be the fastest ship or the best ship, but it's not going to fall apart at sea either.
Fair enough.
It's a small ship, but it's suitable for the 5 of you. Or I guess still no 4 of you, but right now still 3 of you. It's also not too big. You guys can man it, which is I guess important.
I'll say, I'll tell her no hard feelings. I just, you know how it is.
Yeah, she understands.
And Squidball will say, she looks seaworthy enough for us." Thank you, mistress.
Yeah, well, as long as it's a simple protection job, I'm totally fine with.
At that moment, as you're speaking, you hear like this big crash, and You were at the back of the yard behind the buildings, and she the yard is, by the way, here at the lake. The river is broad enough to bring the ships to sea. And she rushes for you. She rushes. She rushes forwards to the front of the building, and you hear like a basically an angry shout. I'm not gonna make you guys deaf. You can imagine that yourselves.
Was it her shouting or
Yeah.
someone? Oh, okay. What do we see afterwards? I mean, there was a crash and
Well, do you follow her?
oh,
I mean, you
Or-
could run the other way if you want.
Oh, there's a
We
crash.
could just
Flee.
now, no?
yeah, that was
That
my.
would probably not
We
be
can
the
just take the
best.
ship. I mean.
Yeah,
Oh
that's
yeah.
it would be the fastest. I don't know.
I guess I'll you know I'm curious. I would go over and at least try to see what happened. You know, not going too close because I don't have to go in trouble. That
Yeah, well,
you know.
I wouldn't want to get involved into a fight, but at least see what's going on
Okay.
for now.
As you guys go to the front, you see a big sea snake, like big thing.
Oh.
Not like a snake, but like a snake.
I'm out. No.
Destroying the place here. It's very pretty with multicolored like stripes and things on its fins, and currently it's destroying her harbor.
I'm going to try to see if I know what the hell that is.
Sure.
Okay.
So what do you think it is?
I think it's her house pet.
You think it's her pet? That's it's just like a cat, except it
Yeah.
destroys your harbor instead of your chairs.
Yeah, I'll just tell you guys. You know, it's fine. She'll be right over, and let's wait for her near the ship, and I'll start walking that way.
But it's destroying the harbor, so that would that include her ship, or
Well,
is
we
it
can just
separate?
take the
Not
ship and go,
yet.
and she can deal with her house problems on her own time. I mean, I'm not here for that.
Well, neither. Definitely not. I'm bad enough with 2 sea creatures in my crew. I'd fight another big one.
So you said it
Really
was. You said it was big. Like about how big? I mean, is it...
A bit bigger than a python.
Okay. So Squidbot just jumps in the water. Says, the ship must defend it.
Okay.
Well, I suppose can't let one of ours just go alone.
Oh, it's okay if you do. It may not be wise for me to jump in alone, but I will not be upset.
You're upset anyway.
So, do you jump in Sunwook, or do you stay on shore and pull
Well,
out a weapon, or what do you
definitely won't jump into the water.
do?
But
There's all kinds of sea creatures in there. I mean, there's
yeah,
this big
one just
snake
jumped
and this
in.
weird crab.
Yeah, no, I would try look for something to maybe draw the attention of the snake to something else away from the ship.
Okay, how would you go about doing that? Like, what would you do to draw its attention? Or are you literally searching for something?
Well, Um, I'm think I might. Can I say just like I'm picking up a stone and climbing up on a building to throw it on the snake?
Yeah, you don't even have to climb a building. You're on shore, right? So you're higher than the water.
Oh,
And you're a monkey, you can just throw your poo.
Or you could do that, yeah. I'm pretty sure you have some of that at hand always.
I'm a civilized monkey.
I'm sorry.
I've got it in a bag.
Okay. So to me, it sounds like you're trying to shoot, or at least make a range attack, which would be shooting.
Yep.
So if we look at your character sheet, how good are you at shooting?
Mediocre.
Yes, you're mediocre at shooting. So roll, do /R, space 4DF, and then press enter. Like this, but without the dot. Okay, so of course this snake is not just gonna sit there and let you hit it. It is going to try to avoid your. What did you end up throwing at it?
0. A stone. Or...
A stone. Okay.
Yeah.
A
0.
So I always have this 0 with me in case I.
Sesame Street.
And now I need to check how good it is at avoiding stuff. Okay. Not that good. But let's see. No, you'd have to have had an average to hit it. But you do draw the attention of the snake. You barely miss its head, and your stone makes this splash sound in the water. And the snake stops for a moment and starts heading your way.
Get your pet, lady.
Well, then I would start running away and possibly as far away from the ship as possible.
Run!
And I'm gonna go right at it.
So, what are you doing?
Well, is it obvious that this thing is attacking us?
Well, how about Trior? What was her name again? Stior. Stior tells you, well, now's your chance to show me what you're worth. And she gestures in the direction of the snake.
Standing on the ship, I'll yell back. Now is the time to offer us new sails for the ship to help you out with this problem.
All right.
You see her think for a moment, and then she says, "Fine, but I'm not. You're not negotiating anything else from me. I'll give you new sails as a token of goodwill."
When she agrees, I'll jump down and slash my sleek rapier at the big snake.
Okay, go and slash at the big snake. You need to beat a good result.
I definitely beat the good result.
Oh,
Yeah.
you show that snake.
Yeah. And we can roast it afterwards.
Ooh, I'm sure that will be tasty. So the snake doesn't like being spared. And it is going to try and bite you.
Come at me.
It is a fair result, hit you.
Fair enough. From the, I already have the adrenaline rushing in my body.
You can try to avoid it if you want, or block
yeah,
it, or
I will.
whatever. Okay, good.
Talking.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel the energy, so I'll try to roll out of its way.
Okay.
From this, and
You
yeah,
go. Be
I'm gonna
flashy. Ooh, okay. So it tears your clothes because you were just a little bit too slow, but you managed to get away unscratched.
Well,
Squidmaw.
it isn't fun if we don't, have something to show for it afterwards.
True. Squidmaw, you're in the water with the beast.
Okay. Well, I will claw it with my pincers and squeeze it with my tentacles.
Okay.
That's not as dirty as it sounds.
And,
Well, it's not really focused on you right now, so you actually still managed to poke it a little.
Okay.
You
And I'll say, stay away from decent folk, you slimy beast.
It says that. When you claw at it, you notice that it was actually already wounded before it came here.
Oh, okay.
And you make a nice bloody scratch in its skin. Sunwook, what are you doing?
well, first of all, who is the beast attacking right now or looking
The
at?
beast
or
is
whatever?
attacking M.
M. So now that the attention is drawn away from me and it's already wounded even more, I would try to, I don't know, attack it too. With
Okay. How do you do that? Do you have a weapon or?
with the long, what is it called? Not stick, pole that I find on the shipyard.
Yeah, sure. There's plenty of wooden stuff like wooden planks or poles or things that you can use to poke snakes with, or whack them or
And
whatever.
Snake poker.
Swing it from the shore and
You
try
find it
aiming for the head.
Okay, you find a convenient snake poker. Go ahead and shoot at it
Shoot.
with your pole.
Rather imagine Squidmaw something like a piece of every piece on this picture, basically. A claw, a tentacle, and everything.
Meaty creatures. I think the one in the front line comes quite close. The second in the matched together with the
I
one
like
behind
the
it.
one with the tentacle arms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matched with the claw arm behind.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right, yeah.
Oh, nice.
So you actually meet the result of the snake. So you both have a 1. So what happens then is that you don't deal any damage, but you get a boost. So the next time you attack it, you can spend that boost, or the next time you do something against it, to get a +2 on your roll. So you didn't do anything, but you hit its head, and it's a little bit confused, and you're more likely to hit next time.
All right. So
now it has its turn. And it is going to eat M.
That was quick. New character.
It is great at eating M.
Hmm.
Lunges forwards like jaws wide.
Well, you know what? How good did you say it was?
It was great at it.
Uh,
You are gonna die.
That would be a moderate consequence, right? I don't like that.
Well, you can
Um,
still roll to defend yourself.
Yeah, but I was going to try something else, but never mind. Yeah, I am going to, seeing those.
Well, you can absorb like part of the hit with a hitbox if you still have them. Like I'm fine with you guys doing that.
Yeah, I have hitboxes, but never mind. I'll just try and I've seen those teeth in the ocean, so I know what happens if you don't dodge out of the way. Oh, okay, I might die.
So the snake goes for you, but instead of like hurting you, it just grabs you and drags you into the water, so you don't take any damage. But right now you're locked in its teeth and busy drowning.
Well, if I am underwater, I would turn into my
Oh yeah, you don't drown, do you?
my squid lady form.
You're a squid.
Yeah, I
Another
told you.
squid.
Wow. You guys should have a squid octopus marriage.
It's
No,
yes, Squid Brother says, "Ah, you're beautiful."
I said when I said squid, I meant octopus. Did I
Okay,
say
well,
squid?
you said squid. You
Yeah,
you,
sorry.
you could have like a beautiful octopus wedding.
Thanks.
You could ask Senwook to be your best man,
Or best monkey.
best
Yeah.
monkey.
I think I would gladly deny.
So yeah, you definitely you're able to breathe underwater, so being dragged under is actually not that much of a problem. But the snake didn't realize that before it dragged you under. So now that you're under, you can try to get loose of its iron grip.
I'll instead try to use my tentacles as basically tear it apart.
Okay, totally.
It got me by the, I don't know, maybe the neck or the head or the torso, but my
Or maybe even a few tentacles, but no way
Yeah,
that it
but-
got all of them.
exactly. So this little pet doesn't know what awaits it. Apparently not too much.
No, not very much. you
Well,
you'd need to beat a great result to
Oh.
even like scratch it. Squidmore, save your beautiful octopus lady.
So yeah, I'll what did I say about staying away from decent folk? And I will more viciously lash out with my pelagic parts, as it were.
Okay. So you'd need to be good at it. Need to be a good attack.
Okay. Well, I guess I can decide afterwards, but I'm pretty much certain that I'm going to make this a faded attack. Yeah, I mean that might be good enough, but I want to do it with style.
Don't touch my octopus lady.
Yes. So I believe that would actually be what's it? I don't want to say +7, but but I have.
Yes. So yeah, it's so you inflict a mild consequence on it. So describe how you do that. What do you do that is like longer lasting?
Let me see. I will.
Cut off one of its fins.
Yeah, I mean, if it had. Well, does it have fins? It's a snake, right?
Hold on,
It doesn't have a lot of parts.
Because I have a Pinterest mood board for this, and I have a beautiful picture. I will find it. I think it has fins, if I remember correctly.
Well, okay, it has fangs, right?
It definitely has
Oh,
fangs.
okay. I will snap off one of its offending fangs and part of its nose in the process.
Okay, well, this is way too much for it, and it just turns tails and finds a safer place to harass.
Back to the sea with you.
Well,
So it'd be something like this.
cool.
Can you guys see the picture?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Momentarily.
Something like that.
My internet connection is amazingly off.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So yeah, it turns tail and finds a safer place to thrash, and you have saved the shipyard. More importantly, you're alive.
Hey.
So it did let go of the squid lady.
Yes, it did.
Awesome.
It couldn't. It just
Hold it
couldn't
with
handle
half
the
a fang.
wrath of Squidmaw. So Sierra is happy with the result you guys have booked, and
So I'll tell her.
she's happy that the ship is still in one piece. And she says, "You see what I mean? It's been like this all week."
Yes,
Well-
it was, mistress. It was wounded when it got here. We think some scallywag sent it to interfere with you.
I am afraid so. Yes. And Demi, you said something, but you were breaking up very badly. And now we can't even
Yeah,
hear you.
he's having internet issues.
Yeah. Okay, he's gonna check the other PC. This seems like a great moment for a 5-minute break then.
Okay.
All right.
So yeah, go get something to drink or whatever you want to do. Are you enjoying it so far, Toby? I know we haven't done anything significant yet, but
Well, it's partially quite confusing still.
I can imagine.
Especially when RP Glory Bread is coming with his professional talk.
Oh, sorry.
He doesn't usually do that. This is
He's
this
just
is
trying
now.
to impress the new player.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's just trying to impress the squid lady.
Well, yeah. I mean, I just trying to get into the milieu.
Yeah.
And it's not required. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to speak in character, but it's fun. Once you once you kind of wade in enough to get comfortable with it.
Once you've played role-playing games for as long as Brad has, you kind of get bored and want to, spice it up in some ways.
Yeah.
Nice.
What she's saying is, I'm old.
So how long have you been playing role-playing games?
Well, I guess I played my first one with my cousin when I was 10.
Oh.
So that's like 35 years ago.
Whoa.
Yeah.
All right, all
So,
right.
yeah, he has a lot of experience. He's allowed to do the RR
The
stuff.
professional
I
stuff.
would have never guessed you are at that age. Seriously,
No, me
Well,
never.
thanks.
All right.
Well, it's clean living, really.
neither. No, you definitely like. If you would have asked me, like I'd say like somewhere in your 30s, maybe.
Yeah, Ron.
I'll be back in 5 minutes. Then is that all right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get something to drink as well.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Cool.
What did I miss, by the way? If anyone.
Oh, we drove off the serpent.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay. Did we get our sales?
Not yet. Yeah, she.
Okay.
I mean, she'll probably furnish them, but who knows? Maybe she'll decide. Well, she got what she wants, so screw us.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, I will get something to drink.
Okay,
Oh, actually, hold on. Be right back again.
I will feed some cats. Please, where's the police cat? Really?
I think it was my room.
I'm back.
And I'm back.
Look what I have.
I just refreshed so I can see.
Don't worry, you'll see it often enough for the next like 10 minutes.
Oh, I stream. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember when I wanted that yogurty drink without anything in it?
Yeah.
When I was visiting, I just made
Yeah.
them,
Ooh.
and I got some savory, this kind of thing,
What
pastry.
is that? Oh, pastries again.
Yep.
That sounds tasty. I've got water and ice cream. It's also good.
I also have water.
Mm. So does this one do the internet thing better?
Well, the other laptop was just off.
Oh.
But the connection is okay now.
Okay.
Oh, who's a background person? on Brad's cam.
Maybe Aldous?
Maybe.
It's River.
Yeah.
Finally, a chair without Brad.
When I used to have a chair like that and a cat, they also did that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard with this chair. It's got like a very thin ledge.
Well, my cat used to, well, lie down is a broad term, but just stand on the door, you know, an open door, and it's
Okay.
like this wide.
Yeah, that's
and
also not very wide.
just in down and down.
You're breaking up again.
Well, I can't really fix that. Maybe it's Steam. I should turn off Steam.
Midko, stop downloading porn.
I haven't downloaded porn in a long time. I maybe shouldn't because that on stream, but you know.
Don't worry, Brad isn't here. You'll never know until you watches the VOD.
Success at no cost basically means better than I mean a success, you know, without the
Yeah, not equal.
not equal, yeah, greater.
Yeah.
I see I got a stunt from the list that seems just a bit too good. Once per scene as a free action, you can attempt to pick the pocket of someone in the same zone as you. Success at no cost on this roll means your victim is not even aware of the theft.
What is it, once per scene or once per session?
One per scene.
Hmm.
If you're not okay with it, I'm fine to
It's
change
fine
it.
with me.
I got it since I don't have any stealth, and stealing things would be, you know, more difficult without it. And this fixes that.
Yeah, well, if we're talking about overpowered stunts, wait until you see one of Brad's in action.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I'll totally bitch about it and, you know, say, not fair, not fair.
I think the only thing you're going to say is,
It is a once per session thing.
it is.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy. So, shall we continue? Are we all good, or
Is
are we waiting?
Toby, are you back?
Okay, no
I
problem.
think Toby is not yet back.
Okay.
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay, cool.
Timing.
That dramatic effect.
It's suspense. So as soon as I realized that the sea serpent was attacking Am, but I didn't realize. But I don't think that Squidmon realized that she was actually injured a little, right?
You did see that she was injured, not just by you guys.
Oh.
Okay.
I thought he means me.
Yes.
No, I wasn't injured.
No. She was
So
just dragged
someone
under.
injured the sea snake before it came to harass us. So it
Yeah.
was
Okay.
probably planned that it came to the shipyard.
Who knows?
Or eventually.
So it just scratched your clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a boost against her. I didn't end up using that. I should have used that. It would have been like a massive, like... I should have done that. And then I shouldn't have dragged you under, but just like dealt the damage.
Don't kill my character in the first session. Come
Aw.
on.
Well, I wanted to try out its stunt, so I had But else?
Anyway, when Squidbot sees that you're is it a what were you wearing again? What was it that got damaged?
That's a good question. Well, I imagine some stereotypical pirate clothes.
Okay.
You know, the coat and the big belt and a gun in there somewhere,
Okay. So
and also a hat with a dagger in it. You know.
your coat, it's been damaged. I was too slow. I'm sorry. I failed. And
Aw.
like
I'll just.
uh,
Oh, sorry.
Don't damage the ship.
I'll bonk my head against the dock flooring.
Okay.
Oh, again.
Do you have some sort of a shell there, or?
Yeah. I mean, there's some protection, but
Well, when I go out of the water, I'll just what's the word? From my from and clean myself up for a few seconds, and then go to the lady and say, first of all, where are our sails? And second of all, did someone send that here?
She says, yeah, I have to order them first, but you won't be sailing away with the ship right now because the contract I'm offering you is to protect me and my ship until the contest is over, and that's not until next week. So you won't need any sails for a ship that you're not sailing with.
Fair enough.
How you protect me is up to you, but these kind of practical jokes have been happening all week already. So yeah, expect more to come this way.
Well,
Since she picked us up, we need the ship anyways, so I guess we don't really have a choice.
might as well start securing the place. I'll go up and check all the entrances and see. You know, kind of a setup there.
You're breaking up again. Checking all the entrances and what?
And I'll try to see what kind of trap I should set up on each of them to scare off anyone who tries anything funny.
So the ship she's making right now, it's not just her there, by the way. There's two more shipwrights there, and they introduced themselves. The first fellow is Bosa. He's a bit of a younger fellow, maybe end of his teens, beginning of his 20s, and he like cleans his hand on his pants and gives you a grubby hand. Pleasure to meet you. My name's Bosa. And
Hi
the
there,
other,
I'm
yeah, go ahead.
Well, no, just introduction.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
Don't
no,
let
I'm
me
just
stop you from role playing.
No, I'm not saying anything more than that. If he's just saying that, I'll
Okay.
bond in hand.
Well, and the other fellow is even a little younger, and he introduces himself as Epi. He's
What?
very cheerful fellow, Epi. So Bosa and Epi. And this very cheerful fellow he says, well, that was a mighty big snake, wasn't it? Like, just making small talk with you guys. The
so they
in a
work
hangar.
with. Can we tell if they? I'm sorry. Can we tell if they work with her rather than being competition or what?
They're part of her shipbuilder's crew. There's
Okay.
two shipyards. There's the Padef shipyard and the Duk shipyard, and this is the Duk shipyard.
Okay.
So these guys are friends.
Okay. So I will skulk about the port looking for anyone who seems suspicious.
Okay. So you see that the hangar has like 2 big doors in the front and a smaller door in the back, and that it has a ship in it and a few like tables with drawings and some tools and things like that. Squidmaw, as you're looking around to make sure that nobody is sneaking in, you see in the distance 2 10 guards coming this way.
2 10 guards?
Town guards.
10 guards. So I'll call out. Looks like we've got company.
What now? Fiora says and heads out to greet them.
Okay. And I'll kind of stand and cringe by her side.
They say, "Ma'am, you've got to come with us. You have been, what's the word? 1 second. You've been accused of using demonic magic, and you've got to come with us to at least fill out some forms and make sure that these accusations aren't real." It's just a few simple tests. Won't take very long, but you have to come to Port City with us.
I guess it's our job to protect this woman. So if someone has set that up to imprison her, we might. So and say to without even just that straight out.
Well, we could either find.
So what do you guys do?
How many guards are there?
There's 2.
Oh, just 2.
But might not be the best idea.
What manner of trickery is this?
It's a trap.
No,
She
no
was-
trickery. You've got to understand, when we get accusations like this, we have to follow up on them. Surely Miss
Well-
Dior can just
So if
come
I
with us,
accuse
and we'll
guards-
do a little bit of tests, and like if everything like pans out, like if everything is okay, then you'll be able to go back in an hour or so.
If it's so easy, why don't you just do it here?
No, we can't. We've got those those rituals are not meant for the public eye.
Where do these accusations come from?
I'm sorry, but we're not allowed to. That would. Well, it would be a bad business if we go telling everybody who accuses them. But I'm sure if she's innocent, she can clear it up in no time.
Well, if it's private business, just get your people to come here and investigate her. It's a private enough place. This fine lady here has enough back rooms and places where people don't go.
I'm sorry, ma'am. We can't do that. That's just regulations. There's nothing I can do about it. I'm just a guard.
So I'll look to Fiona and what do you say, mistress? Shall we drive these scallywags off, or do you want to avoid trouble?
No, I'll go with them. I can. I'm sure we can clear this up. You just make sure that nothing happens while I'm gone.
He's going to get caught.
On my life.
If they start going, well, you tell me if they do that.
Yeah, sure. They leave the three of them.
I'll lean around the entrance and use one of my stunts and try to eavesdrop on them and see if I can hear something. The stunt lets me use investigate for eavesdropping, and if I am successful, I discover or create one additional aspect about the situation.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Okay. No, you can't hear them. You can hear them talking like in the normal hearing distance that everybody else can hear, but they're just talking about, yeah, no worries, ma'am. It won't take very long, and we'll have you back here in no time. I understand that with the competition, you're probably very busy.
Fair enough.
And like they just move away, and you look after them, and you don't see anything weird happen before they disappear out of view.
I don't
We'll
think
never
this
see her again, will we?
Probably not.
No, especially the tone does it. So what do you guys do while she's gone?
I'm gonna go and prepare some traps on the drawing table.
Okay.
I'm just gonna climb up on the highest point and look out if I can see anything suspicious.
I completely forgot to have you guys roll for weather.
Oh, yes.
One of you guys roll on the weather table.
I'll try
For
that.
you, Toby,
Okay.
it's the cold day, but the skies are clear and the sun is shining. It's a good day to sit outside and look for people.
And I'll patrol around, certain that one of her enemies is going to use this opportunity that was obviously manufactured to attack.
Who knows? So what I wanted to explain still about weather and things like that is when you guys want to get a bonus to one of your rolls or whatever, you can't just invoke your own aspects, but you can also invoke aspects in the environment around you, or aspects of the situation. And even if I don't specifically state, hey, this is an aspect, such as, hey, it's raining and you're cold, or something like that, it's still an aspect that you can invoke or where you can suggest compels for. So if it's like all icy and slippery, then you might fall, or you might make your enemies fall more easily, or things like that. So you don't have to wait for me to specifically say, hey, no, this is an aspect. You can just be awesome.
So now with the weather, I could say that I get what was the negative? Invoked?
Compel.
Compelled for climbing up, but invoked for looking around.
So this is pretty neutral weather, so I don't think you could get invoked or compelled on any of this unless you have a good reason. Like, this is just a normal winter day. It's cold, but the sun is shining, so there's no big negatives, and not really, yeah, I guess you could be like, hey, the sun is in his eyes or something like that if you're doing with an enemy.
Yeah, but also clear day means you can see better around.
And cold day, well, it could be icy when I try climbing up somewhere.
No, I have like icy written in there somewhere, so if it's not specified, then it's not particularly slippery or anything.
Alright.
Maybe if you were running around naked, the cold day could be compelled against you, but
I've got fur. I
Or
haven't
you
shaved
can
yet.
you can invoke your drink to be, just as cool as you want it, and that can help you out with something because it's a cold day, You can offer the perfect drink to someone to create an advantage. And yeah, I'll invoke the cold day being, having the perfect drink or something.
yeah, like totally, like hot chocolate.
Let's have a tea.
So today is a cold day, and you climb up, and rub your hands, and you get a good vantage point of the area. Mr. Squidmaw, what do you do?
Again, just I'm just patrolling around to look for the attack that I'm totally expecting, or dirty
Why
trick.
don't you guys do me a favor and make sure that you notice what's going on.
Okay.
That is my GME way of saying roll on the notice skill. Or Tibby. So you have got a average notice. You don't actually have enough skills. Like you can have another average skill, Toby, because the roll thing is on top of what you normally get. So you fill out the pyramid and then you put notice like in the gray square. Or you bump it up to a fair if you wanted to have it before already.
Notice is a skill everyone has, or?
No. You've got notice, but you chose to take a +1 to notice because of your
Sailor skill, yeah.
Yeah. So that would be either a fair, so you'd have to move it up 1, or you'd have an other average skill.
So I need to notice up and then put another skill in.
No, either. Either you put an extra average skill, so that would be get into the gray area, or you would move it up to fair. It's one of those. Either or.
But
So-
I can move it up into the gray area because
Yeah.
it's not leveled, it's just buffed.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's not a problem.
That would mean I roll with +2.
Yes, you do.
Good job.
Nice. You've chosen a good vantage point.
Yeah, you were up in the crow's nest, right? Toby?
Dunwook?
Hmm?
He asks you if you're up in the crow's nest of the ship.
Well, I don't know. Was that the best?
It'd be either that or on top of the hangar, but the crow's nest would probably be easier to get into.
Yeah, well, then I suppose, yeah.
So none of you notices anything, but at some point, you look to your side, and some of the tools that were lying on the workspaces next to you have vanished.
I never lose my tools when I'm working. What's happened here?
Should have a look. Rosa and Epic.
And
What was that?
That was investigate.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Hold on. While you're totally sussing it out, Squidman is all, all is lost. We failed. We've lost the mistress's tools. Should just
So-
slit our own throats now.
It's not something an untrained eye would notice, but you notice the footsteps in the dust on the ground, leading away, and they're not your size.
What size are they?
Slightly bigger.
All right. Oh, bigger. Wow. Quidma, did you take my tools?
Oh, cringe. No, mistress, I did not.
Well,
I'm sorry, I did not guard them properly, but no, I would never take them.
You can redeem yourself by helping me find them.
Can I'll try. Ow.
Poor Squidma.
Hmm. Well,
Hassan, would you hear the commotion in the hangar, by the way, with Squidma's low and sounding all accusing.
I'll follow the trail. You know, I'm here to do a job, and without tools, I can't really do that.
Okay. The trail leads out the hangar and
And I'll stay close
off,
with you.
off along the side of the lake. And you, at some point, the ground becomes a little too hard with the frost and everything, and you lose sight of the trails. But in the distance, you can see a big building that looks suspiciously like a boathouse.
Where would that be?
Well, how did someone just get there? You know, he was or she was bigger than
Maybe somewhere
I am,
here.
Oh,
and they just got the tools off the table and then just walked away. What?
Well, it's not just your tools that disappeared.
all the ship making too.
It's also all the ship making tools.
Where were? What happened to? Were the names?
To
Also an
Epi
Epi.
and
Epi and Bezo.
Bosa.
Bosa.
Bosa and Epi. They well, they were working there, so they still have the tools they had in their hands. You know, I hope you left them at the shipyard and that you didn't leave the shipyard entirely unprotected.
Well,
But if you'd asked them, they might have come with you.
As far as I know, I'm still in the crow nest.
Well, that's up to you. You could have followed Squidmaw and them as they went out, or you could have stayed in the crow's nest.
No, I stayed in there just to be at least one person behind having a.
Okay. I usually advise against like
Running the
breaking
party.
up the party
Yeah.
because then they're gonna be having all the fun and you're gonna be sitting there like, meh. I want to join too, but if you want to stay behind, that's up to you. Like it's your creative
Oh.
freedom. But you could have asked Epi and Bosa to keep an eye on the shipyard.
Well, that would be the better idea then, I guess.
Well, they can lock all the you know, all but
Just
one entrance and be able to observe it easier, I guess.
make loud noise so we.
So if we've come so far, and then this boathouse comes into view, seems like that's probably it. So I'll say that must be where the dirty rats came from. Let's get them. I'll use their guts for chum.
I'll try to sneak close to it and.
Well,
Okay. If you wanna stay unseen, you're going to have to be stealthy. So give me one of those.
Not so
does
much.
it need all of us?
Anybody who's sneaking, I know that Sinwook said that he was sneaking. The rest of you
I'm
are doing
I'm
it
fine.
up to you.
I don't need to hide.
There's that too.
Plus, I can't.
Okay. So.
Oh well.
You actually all meet the observers' result, and you sneak up to the boathouse. Do you just walk over there, Em?
I'll when going forwards, I'll try to pick up the trail again and see if I can find those big boots anywhere around.
Okay, so
Um,
in front of the boathouse, you see a few ships, and there's a bunch of big muscly men working on one of them. One of them is a pirate ship. It's called the Hand of Lucifer. And there's a captain standing on the ship that there's something about this guy that you recognize.
Oh fuck! No. Well, I'll just turn
Casually
around
die?
and go the other way.
Are you trying to
Okay.
be
Oh.
unnoticed? By
Um,
any chance?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
And
What are you
so-
doing, Squidmaw?
I'll just say, oh, it's just the hand. They're. I know they're just a bunch of landlubbers. They're no threat at all.
Well, this might be true, but there are a lot of them, and they might not, love me too much over there.
I might have, done something. One of the shipwrights comes up to you and may I help you? I guess that's M, since she's
Well, actually, I may have lost my way here, so I think I was supposed to go the other way. I'm new here, so
sure. Where do you want to go? Well, I'll point you in the right direction.
The nearest inn would be fine.
The nearest inn? Lady, you're far away from the nearest inn. Yeah, he points you in the direction of Port City and says, go like, it's like 10 kilometers, like that way, and he points, like, just follow the shoreline, and then when you get to a river, follow it. And at some point there should be a bridge that you can cross.
Oh, well, yeah.
Actually, from this side, you don't need to cross the bridge. Eventually, you'll get to the town.
So basically head to town, you mean? And
That
find
is
one there.
usually where they keep the inns, and he gives you a wink.
Well, are there any, tool makers there? Because I seem to have lost mine.
Sure, it's a city. They've got makers of a bunch of things.
Well, yeah, but you know what? I kind of need them now, and I'm not sure if I can, if I won't get lost on the way again. So I'll tell you what. If you can, if I can borrow yours for now, I can, do whatever I have to do, and then when next time you're in the inn, I'll return the favor and I wing back.
I'm like you really see him doubt. I think he needs a little more convincing. You see,
Oh,
my
and-
boss won't like it if I just start giving away equipment. But I see that you are in a bit of a fix, so try to rapport with him.
Oh, and while they're talking, I'm going to try and sneak a look at the into the boathouse to see if I see any tools that look familiar.
You don't see any tools that look familiar, but as far as you're concerned, you're not a shipbuilder,
There's that.
I got one on my report.
I am sorry, lady. Here, I'll give you this this chisel. It's an old one of mine. I can
afford to
part with it, but I'm sorry, I really can't give you any more.
Yeah, I totally understand it. It's much more than I have right now, so thank you for it.
You're welcome. And I've got to go to work. The inn is that way. If you have any questions, let me know. If you want to buy a ship, we've got some great ships.
Well, I first have to, buying a ship is out of my price range right now.
We also sell rowing boats and dinghies.
If I need one, I'll call you. Look for
Okay,
you.
cool.
And happy
So
that was it.
okay.
I'll turn around and
Head the hell out of there. So, Sunwook, what are you doing in the meantime?
While M is talking, I'll follow Squidmore into the and just try to acquire some tools there in return.
Okay. So grabbing the tools is not the problem. They're not kept behind locks or anything. But not being noticed while you do that, with all the workers around and a pirate crew walking around, that might be a problem.
Well,
So
then I'm of course just grabbing the smallest ones.
go be stealthy. Go be stealthy and show me how stealthy you are. I think yeah, no, roll first and I'll tell you. Oh, nice. So you actually managed to grab a fair amount of tools. You're not sure if it's the right tools or if it's the right amount, but you've definitely got some of them, some of the tools that the nice lady, or not so nice, up to you, from the other shipyard is going to need. And you make it away with them unseen. Squidmore.
Well, I was about to go check the hand for tools, but if I see that Sunwalk has been successful in grabbing replacements, I'll hold off on that. And, just.
Well, I mean, you could just make sure that you grab all the tools so that
Well, no, I'd probably just screw it up. So I'll just cover their retreat.
Okay, you covered the retreat.
can I while walking away eavesdrop on them?
Yeah, sure.
Would that be possible?
Yeah, totally. Who are you trying to eavesdrop on, the pirates or the shipbuilders?
The pirates would be more interesting, but the ship might be more useful.
Well, I mean,
pirates.
the pirates have been hired to do the dirty work, so
I'm going
might
after
also.
the pirates.
Ah, so that's the competition ship, yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Okay, nice. So, as you're listening, you hear them talking about the hand and about how they've got a good source. And from the way they talk, it doesn't seem like they're talking about the ship, but they're definitely mentioning the hand of Lucifer.
It's a good
Then
source.
I would like to create an aspect in the participants in the conversation, which would be basically them being honest.
Oh well, they're being very honest. They're definitely talking about the hand, and they're them having a source on it, and that things are looking up. Definitely going to be successful.
They went with revealing. Never mind. Well, yeah. Just I'm continuing walking away. I don't want to risk getting, decapitated, basically.
You know what? They mentioned something of reward.
Well, now you got me interested. We, yeah, we can ask around about that. No need to, go up there and kill myself.
Well, that's up to you. If you want to fate point, you can do it, but I'm not offering it as a compel. You're also
No,
welcome to
no.
walk away. Okay.
Well, I think
I
once we get out of sight, but still, if there's a place where it's out of sight but still with access to the water, I'm gonna slip into the water and double back to the hand.
Okay. Sure. So, did you go for the stunt that would let you breathe underwater or not?
I think I'm gonna go ahead and take that now.
Okay. You can take the same thing where you can breathe underwater and get a +2 to swimming, because I think just breathing underwater would be a bit underpowered.
Okay.
We'll see how.
Compared to mine, especially, because it's, with the +2.
Yeah. So a +2 to swimming and breathing underwater.
That's under athletics.
Yeah. The waters are calm, so there's no need to do any fancy thing with swimming. But breathing underwater would allow you to go deeper.
Okay.
Meaning that you can go unseen until you're trying to surface.
Okay. So I'm gonna swim to the to the hull of the hand and attempt to create an advantage. Sabotaged.
Okay. Yeah, I think that would be physique. I don't think you'd be seen that easily since you're working underwater. But if you want to pull off a plank or something, you know it's made to resist storms. You gotta
Sure.
be strong.
Okay.
You gotta be pretty good at being strong.
Okay. Well, let me see. I will. Because of my strong crab claws.
And the fact
Sure.
that you can easily hold yourself underwater as well,
Yes.
that's bound to help in the water.
Okay. I will attempt to redouble my efforts.
Okay. Well, that would meet the result you need. So you could succeed at a cost.
You could reroll.
Or are you going to reroll?
I'll take a cost. That's more interesting.
Okay. Let's see, what kind of cost? What kind of cost could we give you? Could be seen.
You could
do
be
you
just
have a more
heard.
Do you have a more interesting idea?
Someone decides to fish.
Yeah.
I know.
Attracts underwater creatures.
You pull off a plank, and the hand is now leaking water. And you head back. And as you get out of the water, one of the shipwrights from the shipyard there has been following you, and he goes up to you and he says, "I know what you did. And if you want to keep me quiet, you're going to have to pay.
Oh, we all pay in the end.
Are you trying to freak him out?
Well, since I don't have any money, I'll yeah.
One question.
Uh-huh.
Could I just join in and say, for example, with the tools that I had now, put most of them away, but took the hammer or whatever and came up behind the ship worker to try and help you out?
Yeah, we can
Sure,
do it.
like
Gang up on him.
he would come up near you guys, right? So you would see like the shipbuilder following him and talking to him. So you can definitely do whatever you want to do.
Is he alone? that
Well,
guy?
He's alone. Yeah.
since M went on distance already and I just hit the tools that I recovered, I would suggest us giving in. Oh, well, just none of us has any money, just one ship worker more or less. No purchases.
Well,
you
you can
can
roll
just
on your
scare him away.
resources skill to see if you have any money, because you might have some money because of your resources.
Or just come up from behind and scare. Got him. What? No?
So what are you going to do? You're going to come up behind him and do what? We're very quiet.
Try and scare him away?
You're going to try and scare him. That sounds like you're trying to provoke him. Or actually, tell me, what are you going to do to try and scare him away?
Well, since he's got a crab squid in front of him already, I think it would be tell him, well, watch out, now we're two, and you can't ask for anything. Want to get out of here, just quiet as well.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like you're trying to provoke him.
Okay. So do you have provoke?
No.
Okay. So I mean, I definitely did threaten him with the we all pay in the end. So maybe that would be considered help to my provoke roll.
Yeah, so
Probably.
what you can do, Toby, is
Create an advantage. Or...
try and create an advantage.
I'm
for
not
him.
sure if
Exactly.
Dave is
So
going
roll
to be
your
back
provoke, and
from.
usually the difficulty level I set for creating advantage is a 2. It varies a little per thing, but here a 2 is a fair result would be enough. So let's see if you get lucky. I bought a set of dice, by the way, a set of fate dice, and it actually says the percentages on there. The chance to roll just a straight 2. Oh, nice. Yeah, sure. You spook him a little, and that just fires up Squidmaw for the finisher.
Okay, here we go. Ah!
Oh, nice.
Nice. Arr.
Arr! Yeah, you scare the guy away. He's like, okay, sorry, I'm seeing that. Wait, that's my hammer, and he points to the hammer you're holding, Nice.
Asenwook, and then he's like, wait, no, sorry, you can keep it. It's a gift.
And remember,
Yeah.
if you be talking, you'll get you just forward. Wake up with a second smile along your neck.
Yeah, that'd be ugly. That'd be ugly. No one would be wanting
Yeah.
that.
Nobody wants that.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so that would be.
The chance
this
to
week.
roll a +2
Yeah, okay.
is
yeah, 'cause I'll be in
12.3%. And the chance to roll a
Let me
2
get
or
to the
higher
call,
is
see what I can figure out.
18.5. So it's actually not that high
Okay.
chances. Like
Sure.
rolling a 0 or 1 is definitely like or -1 or something like that is definitely bigger. He heads off and, kind of like this quick pace. He's this big man, but, you see. And he heads back to where he came from without any gold. And you guys head back to the shipyard of Steor, and by the time you get back, she's returned from her questioning,
Surprising.
and she frowns at the tools that you guys have quickly put on her work tables, and she scratches her head, and she looks at like she's about to say something, but then she just picks them up and she looks at them and she doesn't mention it.
Well, as she's looking at them, will these do? We failed to, or I failed to protect your tools. We tried to get some back, and this was all this was all we could find. I'm sorry. Will I do?
They'll do the job. I do appear to be missing a chisel, but
Well, what can you do?
I can go back. We can.
It's all
Oh.
right. I'd like to, put myself above their level.
Oh,
So what was that questioning about?
They just wanted to do a test to see if I'd used any demonic magic recently. So I didn't know if I told you, Toby, but there's 4 kinds of magic, and 2 of them, the demonic and the angelic magic, are forbidden magics. So anybody caught using them will be thrown into jail or beheaded or something,
There's
something
a way
ugly.
to test, like, I used the spell 2 weeks ago.
Well, I mean, it depends on the power of the mage, of course, but some magicians can test these kind of things, yeah.
So basically every spell you cast leaves some kind of a trace.
Yeah, some residue, I guess. It doesn't
More or
stay
less.
around for very long, but definitely, for a few days if it's a moderately powerful spell.
So if we ever manage to acquire one of those, we can use journey far away.
oh, could you
Well,
turn up
if
your mic a
it
little?
affects you. What did you say, Brad?
Oh, Toby, could you turn up your mic a little? I'm fading out.
You are a bit quiet. Let's see. So now that you guys are back,
Yes, that's good. Thanks.
what is it that
Alright.
you do?
I'll try to figure out if I know something about this Hand of Lucifer thing while I'm working on my going back to work basically on the traps I started earlier. And you have to tell me if that qualifies as treasure or pirate ship or crew.
Okay.
Because I have a stunt for that.
It would apply, but it'd be like really obscure magic. You'd need like a fantastic result or something to know it. You need
Which
to really
is a
be
6 or what?
Yeah, 6.
Well, I might as well try.
I think it's 6 is fantastic. I may be wrong. 6 at
7
least.
is legendary.
Then 6 is epic, I think. And 5 is fantastic. That is not that fantastic.
If it was a 4, I would have made it. But...
If it was a 4.
Yes.
Nope. Unfortunately not.
Well, what can you do? I can still ask the Steor lady if she has heard of that.
You could.
And I will.
Okay. no, I didn't know something of Lucifer's hands. I told you I didn't use demonic magic.
You don't have to use it to know something about something connected to that.
You could try at the pub or ask a scholar or something like that, or I don't know. What is the hand of Lucifer? I'm not sure who you'd ask.
I'm not sure what.
Who you'd ask?
Well, guess I'll find someone. No need to sweat it over.
So, if you want to ask me something like, "Oh, do I know about like somebody on Pirate Island that might know of this?" then you'd probably know who to ask. If it is, if you're trying to inquire on Pirate Island, on Sida, you'd have to try to search for somebody because you're probably not a regular there. But Pirate Island is familiar enough that you can just ask me and I'll just tell you.
Okay. And actually, I'll ask her again something about if she, do you know something about this well, this pirate ship that's anchored in the next building place?
Just that they were hired by my rival.
Damn.
Well,
They're new here. I know that much.
Would you be alright to? Is there a way to contact people over a distance?
I could just send you a bird if you don't go too far.
Would town be far?
You can go into town. That's fine. He said, "Would town be too far?"
Well, eventually we could try and gather more information about that.
I don't think they'll come back today. I think they've pulled enough, probably enough mischief for today. They never really pull more than one stunt a day, and today they've already tried to pull two by the looks of it.
I don't know what you mean. Two? What?
know them.
Don't try to fool me.
Yes, well, I know that you wanted to do everything above board, so if their ship should run into any problems, it's definitely not your fault.
Yeah, it looked like it was quite bad quality. Eventually some planks were rotten.
Yes.
What was bad quality?
The ship definitely worse than wood.
They're a raw crew.
Well,
Green is the forest.
do we just try and secure the place a bit, or do you guys have any other ideas?
Well, if she says that there are probably no more stunts to come for now, we might as well try and find out something in town. Maybe I don't know, we find something there so we know what's coming tomorrow, or easier to prepare than just going to the beach.
Well, I do want to
Sounds
finish
good.
crafting my stuff.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You work on it for another hour. What are you building?
Well, I did look around what the entrances are, and we did go through some of them a bit. So I don't know, maybe a simple, mechanical dart strap or
You know that the people who work here have to go through those doors as well, right?
yeah,
Or
of
at
course.
least one of them.
Well, I won't activate them until it's nighttime, but I'll
Okay, you'll set them up. Okay, fair enough.
And are you gonna everybody else know about the traps so that we don't blunder into them?
You guys know of course.
Okay.
And I would like to use the aspect of basically the 3 people around there to get an advantage on my craft because they can tell me more about the structure of the building and everything. That's okay.
Sure. But just roll first and decide if you want to spend the fate point or not.
Yeah, sure.
What doesn't work?
It's a Sherlock Holmes reference. Don't try to trick me. You know who I am. It doesn't work.
Question: would that work in the stunt? That'd be too.
I think it would work. I don't think you need to go -2 for the next 2 rolls. It'd just be -1 for the next 2 rolls. I think it would just be -1 for the next roll. Would be fine.
Got a 5 on my crafts.
Okay. Yeah, you set up an excellent trap. It's very well hidden and turning it on and off. I guess if that's a thing you can do with traps. So.
Well, it could be a wire
It's
trap
very
and
easy.
just-
So you can just set it up and then just flick the switch tonight and it's ready to go.
Fair enough.
So shall
you
we
say-
head to the city after?
Sure.
Okay. So each of these hexes is a 6-kilometer hex from like side to side. That's I think like 4 miles.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, like 3.8 or something like that.
So it's like a 40-minute walk to the city, something like that from here. Wrong one. Wrong city. There we go. This is the port
Whoa.
city. So this is a bit bigger. That's why I didn't draw all the houses by myself. So here's the various districts. Where do you guys want to go? What are you looking for? Are you going to the pub or are you looking for a store?
Theoretically, we arrive over the bridge from Bradley River right at the black market, don't we?
Yeah. Actually, you'd arrive here with the little road because you were already left off the river.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, some sort of pub would be good. Although I'm thinking that, given that it's a decent-sized town, there's there's got to be somebody who just objects to my general presence, and finds me demonic and horrible.
Can't you hide?
We can put a bag over your head.
Yeah, well,
Give it away.
Squidmaw is definitely a 2-bagger.
Well, put
Or a
him into
three-bagger.
a potato sack. Carry him around.
Drag him around, probably.
So, I mean, not to be too obvious, but I'm asking for a compel here.
Yeah, obviously. Well, I'm not going to deny that to you, but
Okay.
actually, let's wait for the moment where you're trying to get something done from somebody, or
Sure.
try to get in a pub, or try to buy something from somebody before we use that. Then I don't have to go through all the NPCs I made to try and find somebody who would be who would object to your presence, unless you want the town guards to send this horror away as you enter the town.
Yeah, probably better to do it afterwards, because then there's a good chance I'll just be stuck
Then you
outside.
Lack the voice and not be heard. What were you saying?
Oh, sorry. Am I muted?
No, not
No,
for
no.
the whole thing. You just fell away for a moment.
Okay. Oh, so it'd probably be better to have something bad happen once we're in the city, so that it's not like a matter of exclusion, just a complication.
Yeah. Okay. So where do you guys go?
Well, an inn seems to be the obvious choice, in my opinion. I'm curious to find out about these pirates that are stationed nearby.
Actually, hold on. I am going to roll for a random event because I didn't do that yet. Ha! You walk past a bread store, a baker, and there's a navy captain there ordering a large quantity of bread, and the baker is saying, yeah, sure, but it'll take some time because I have to hire some boys to help me make the bread. Something that I think I already told Brad, but I didn't tell all of you. Anything that I roll on a random table is something that it is not important for the story. It does contain some kind of story or some kind of details about characters or something like that. But and you can totally go into it and try to do something with it. But it's optional. So if you just want to ignore it and go on with the story, that's up to you. If you're like, hey, I want to like enjoy the fact that this is a sandbox and I can go left and right and there's stuff prepared for me everywhere, then you can do that as well. That's up to you.
Do we want to go baking or not?
Well,
Or
a
talk to a
captain
navy captain
seems-
or whatever.
The captain seems like a very, very cool target to go from. But it
Okay.
also poses a certain difficulty, I guess. But well,
I'll
working-
compel you. I'll compel you if you want to.
well, sure. I am pretty greedy,
Definitely.
so I'll use my stunt and free action this.
Sure.
I'll be fair at it.
So
Okay, let's see how he does against it.
You know,
Oh,
someone.
and I'll kind of distract him and
Not necessary. You just casually walk by, stick your hand in his pocket, and walk on. You're holding a necklace. It's like a women's necklace. It's wrapped in a little bag as if he just bought it.
Is there some mark that would be recognizable in the town?
You mean by who made it, or what do you mean?
Yeah, who made it?
Yeah, sure. It would have a letter
Or maybe
on
I
it.
have to. Okay.
You can see a small letter. If you want to know from who it is, you'd have to roll contacts, but I
Why
will
not?
tell you what the mark is or says as soon as I found it. Okay, I figured I had one disadvantage of preparing a lot, and that's trying to find stuff. I think this is. Yeah, there's a Y, the letter Y on it.
A Y.
And you recognize this as Yaka's symbol. Yaka is the local jeweler.
He's a captain, navy captain. You mean the navy that's the
kind that occasionally hunts pirates when they become too much of a nuisance.
ooh. Okay. I'll walk up to him and hand him the necklace and tell him, kind sir, basically, this was laying right next to you, so I assumed it dropped it.
Okay, try to deceive him. Definitely, he's
He had no idea that I stole it. Why would I deceive him?
well. You're still trying to put on an act, right?
Well,
I'll give you advantage from the fact that he didn't notice you steal it.
fuck me.
What's your deceive skill?
0.
You get a
you could
plus
hand
2.
it to me,
Yeah,
and
so
then
like
I can
I have
try.
a 3.
He has a
Ah.
3, so that might be enough. Uh. Oh, you meet it exactly. Yeah, you he looks at you a little suspiciously, but then he just realizes that your face is just too innocent to have any mean person behind it. And he thanks you. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I would have been in trouble if I lost that.
Well, is it? Do I have to take out the necklace to see the mark, or is it somewhere on the bag?
It would be engraved on like the back of the necklace.
Okay, so
So you might have checked it first before you gave it back, right?
Well, yeah, but that would, yeah, it's fine. I'll just tell him that I noticed that a pirate crew of a crew of pirates is stationed a few miles away from here, and I've heard talks about them, basically talking about demonic powers and artifacts and stuff like that. No, I don't know what this is. It sounds like an artifact, but I've heard them talking about some shady things, and I can see why they would. I can see them being a problem at some point for the area here. So I'm just letting him know that there is a potential problem there.
Oh yes, the hand of Lucifer. They're,
Yes, I'll mention
Yeah.
that, of course.
I don't know.
foul reavers they are.
Also, since the person we're working for got reported for demonic magic, it's in our interest to report actual threats
Yes,
to the
definitely.
community.
So he scratches his head and he says, "Okay, I'll look into it, or at least make sure that the guards know that something is going on, depending on the threat level." Thank you for letting me know.
No problem at all. Have a pleasant evening.
You too.
And good luck on your voyage. It looks like you're preparing for a long one.
Nah, can never be too prepared.
Aye.
So you guys head on to the inn, and behind the bar is a girl. She's like 15 years old, something like that, and she asks, "What would you like to drink?"
Can you spare a bit of grog for an old sea dog?
We always have grog. And she puts some grog on the table and says, "That'll be what would the price for that be? That'll be 2 coppers, please."
Oh.
Oh.
So 2 coppers would probably be something that you'd have on you, like a bit of pocket change.
Okay.
I'll tap not tap, but hit the bar and say, but double for me, and I'll smile at
Double.
Squidmaw.
Aww. Coming right up. Anything for you, my hairy friend? He smiles at you, Sinbuk.
I'd go with a banana shake if you've got that.
Let's see if she has one. I mean, it's a port, so anything could happen. Yeah, sure. She has a banana shake. She has to, cut the bananas and everything and make it, but then you know that it's fresh made as well.
And it's like 17 silver.
No, not 17 silver.
What would the price for that be?
That'd be 4 copper.
Oh, that's acceptable, I guess. So I do.
I wouldn't
roll
want to
on-
scare any new customers away, she says, and gives you a wink.
Are we to understand that the next one is a bit more expensive?
Well,
Well,
I mean, it was like the only banana they had or something like that, so...
Like my friend Squidmaw says over here, says, it's better to be drunk all the time than create trouble for the people getting you the drinks.
Aye.
Don't you do that when you're drunk, though?
And I
Well.
bet, by the way, that's that sentence that he usually says that when he's drunk. He goes on to waiter the other tables. There's a few patrons in the inn. But it's still early, so it's not very busy. There's plenty of empty tables.
And I'll immediately stick my beak in the drink and make horrible noises slurping it down.
One of the people in the inn says, "Hey, you there, ugly! Can you be a little bit quieter? We're trying to enjoy a civilized drink here."
Ooh,
Well, okay, so this is
Yeah, it says it to Squidmaw.
this is near the black market, I guess, like sort of close to the entrance.
This would actually be on the road to Market Square already.
Okay.
One of the houses on the road here.
How did
Oh,
they
is it?
call him?
Ugly.
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 And
As
they
in
said
not pretty.
uncivilized. They implied that.
Yeah, and they implied he was uncivilized. This was said, by the way, by a big guy with like a scar, like sitting by himself, and he has this like really mean stare. And he's carrying some mean-looking weaponry with him. He doesn't look very civilized.
I'll stand up and not draw my sword, but as it is with the what's the word? The thing that the sword is in.
Scabbard?
I'm not sure. Scabbard,
Actually, yeah. I'll just hit the table with that and say, "Are you trying to be civilized in an inn? Get real and have your drink in silence."
It's okay.
He immediately, like, way too quickly, he stands up and glowers at you, and like the maid says, "Oh, not in the inn, not in the inn, please. If you have any problems, go outside."
There are no problems from our side, but that big fella there seems to provoke some trouble.
Oh. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cause trouble for my mates. But if you must have satisfaction, fine. I'll meet you up back, or I can just try and drink the grog more quietly. I apologize if my appearance offends.
He says, "Kiss my boots like the lowly creature you are."
Oh.
And one of the patrons in the inn says, "No, Okro, don't make such a fuss. You know that Imura doesn't like it when you fight in the pub. The gentleman already apologized."
But if he'll avoid trouble for my mates.
I suggest that M and me sneak outside and then Squidmaw lures him out of the door. Easiest way. No one gets
No
too
one has to
annoyed.
die except for him.
Well, he doesn't have to die, but if he wakes up naked in the street, that's a lesson.
I'm guessing that's just a
And-
regular morning for him.
Yeah.
And well, it might help us pay our drinks.
Well, does he seem drunk at all already?
No, he just seems like the kind of guy that likes to
Likes
get in
trouble.
trouble. But the other patrons calm him down, so he sits down again and glowers at you. If you want to take any action against him, and obviously, if you ask him to go outside, he'll follow you. But that's up to you if you want to let this insult stand or not.
Well, I think that would be too obvious. So if it's okay with you guys, let's like settle down and drink for a while, and then as we're leaving, like when nobody else is looking, I'll like give him a rude tentacle.
Sounds good for me.
So the name you heard other people call him was Okro. Okro. In case you want to remember that for some reason. You might have even heard his name. You know that he's a gun for hire.
enough.
So do you do this rude tentacle when he's looking at you?
Oh,
or-
absolutely.
But well,
I mean, I try and do it when nobody else is looking, but when he has eyes on me.
Okay. So he squints at you, and he has this kind of look like there's gonna be trouble for this.
And I'll nod outside as I go out.
He gulps down the rest of his beer, throws some money up on the tab, and walks out in this kind of tough guy way.
We
All
can
right.
just... What'd you say?
So he follows you outside. I don't know if you had any plans for that.
Yeah, sure. Let's all go outside.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are out first, so
Okay.
you can run
Wasn't
away and
the
let him walk
plan that
outside
we
and look at
settle
an empty
down and
street.
drink
Or...
for a little bit before we go outside?
Yeah, that's later. I presume you're doing this when you're leaving. So if you want to do stuff while you're drinking, you can do that first. We can, back and
Mm-hmm.
you guys
Well, I
are
want to
sitting at the
eavesdrop on
tab.
their conversation.
There's various conversations around the inn. People complaining about the tailor or things like that. But you don't notice anything that's not usual for like a city thing. At some point, they get a little hush hush when they're talking about Black Market Jim. He's a salesman of a certain quality, as you might imagine. But that's also normal for this kind of town.
Fair enough.
Well,
Oh.
I would try to acquire some while in the inn. Actually, just
You would try to do
Someone
what? Sorry, you
pickpocket?
need to change your sensitivity, because like when you're speaking this quiet, it just doesn't always pick you up.
okay.
Just move it a little more, like a half a thing to the left or something.
Better now.
Probably.
Eventually,
We'll
we'll see.
See.
Pickpocket. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to pickpocket somebody. Okay. Who are you
But-
gonna try and pickpocket?
Well, did M see anyone worth pickpocketing eventually, or?
No. Let's see, what do you see when you look around?
Get an average.
You see a bit of a a bookish fellow sitting there drinking beers. Oh no, they wouldn't be drinking beers together. Actually, the mean guy isn't alone. He was drinking beers with some kind of a very friendly merchant. And there is also a bookish guy drinking by himself.
Then I'll just, now that the mean guy left, sit down with the merchant.
No, the mean guy follows you when you go outside, so that's
so he's
something that
still there,
happens
true.
when you leave. Yeah, he's still there.
Then I better stay away from him. Just, can we say, are there toilets, or do you go outside for toilet, or blah blah blah?
I imagine there be toilets. I don't know. I wasn't
Then,
around
while
back then.
walking to the toilet, I casually walk past that bookish guy and try to just, well, grab something with my
Your tail?
tail. Would use my stunt as monkey for that. My, well, race stunt. So that would be +5. Is that right?
What's your normal?
Good burglary.
Yeah, so then it would be a +5. Yeah.
And it's gonna be terrible. Yep.
No, that's actually
well,
pretty.
Yes, but
Like this guy
minus
has
still
no
out.
clue, and a 0 is actually pretty average. That's not terrible. That's, you've got a pretty high chance. What was it? 23.5% chance to exactly get 0.
Oh.
That's the highest chance of them all.
Highest combination.
The guy is like completely out of it. He's no clue that you've stolen anything from it. He's just staring at his beer, occasionally taking a swig, looking out of the window, looking at Imura, if that was her name, the barmaid. Imura, yes. And you retrieve a little booklet full of poems, by the looks of it, of his own hand. You ever in need of some kind of like poetry, then it will surely come in really handy.
Well, it's bound to come up.
Oh, are you trying to impress a lady monkey? Or
the
maybe
barrel.
he goes cross species, you know.
Oh, dirty monkey.
I'm gonna get over my fear for water creatures.
Yeah. Like that's gonna happen.
Yeah, nah.
Who knows? Who knows? Maybe Emma's more charming than all of us know.
Well, for now we don't know too much about her, so big mystery.
I knew a lot about her. I'm
Oh,
sure Demi knows a lot about her.
Good, that's true.
Is Em pretty?
I guess so. Yeah.
As a human, yes. With
Mhm.
you can.
But as an octopus, gorgeous.
Well, that
Who's
depends on the view, I guess.
Oh, monkeys have tails. Maybe they like the extra appendages. Let's
Alright.
take a 5-minute break.
Sure.
Okay.
That seems a great time to run around, go get something to drink,
Okay.
go to the toilet, whatever.
All right. Stick around. We'll be back shortly.
See you later, or in a second.
I have upgraded myself to lemonade.
I have another banana.
Be careful. Toby might try to steal it from you.
Let him try.
Oh.
I have traps all over the place.
By the way, am I doing the not too much mechanics compared to the roleplay better?
What do you mean?
Well, I think last
Better
session
than-
or the session before you said like, oh, it's a bit much mechanics, a bit much like into the dice rolls and not too much like story. I think it wasn't the last one. I think it was the one before. Mark was the one who said it last one.
It was about the Kumalissa fight, I think.
Could be.
And it wasn't exactly about, you doing something wrong. It was more like, the fate system made us do that, basically.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
we
I
wanted
think as a game master, you can like I'm trying not to make you guys roll for everything. Like normally I might be like, hey, are these tools ours? Okay, roll for that. But if I decide that you can just see that they're not your tools, then they might I don't make you guys roll for that, and I try to have you guys like speak it out. Like I'm actually trying to do something different from earlier, so I want to see if it's noticeable.
Well, yeah, I'm really not paying too much attention to what you do exactly, but I'm not finding anything, frustrating or
Okay.
not fun or something. Try to figure out how to invoke my aspects right now.
Okay.
Because I haven't done that, and it's driving me a bit crazy.
Let's see your character sheet. I need to get used to how the character sheets, like where everything is, and then I think it will be fine. So not yet, Pirate Lord. So exploring secrets of the sea can be used when it comes to secrets. It can be invoked when there's secrets involved. Not yet, Pirate Lord can be invoked to be kind of anonymous.
Good point.
Captain Takeoff, the Green Pirate is after me, could be used to invoke like anything to do with him.
I should
Knowledge
have
about
told
him.
the captain, I should have used this one and say, I know the guy, he's very dangerous.
Curiosity can be used with any like investigator or whatever role, or greed to figure out what something is worth, for instance.
Yeah.
Your fourth can be used for lore, or empathy. No man or wool can stop me can be used to any situation where something is trying to stop you. So there's plenty of options.
Yeah, I know,
that's still something. Like I wrote down your like stance as such, but I'm still not compelling enough. But one day I will learn to compel, and then everything will be amazing. Because then, like, I think you can probably run an entire game without preparation if you use compels. Like, you might have to prepare some like generic NPCs beforehand or something like that. But like the whole story part could just be based on compels. Like, hey, you're going here and now this goes wrong, or you want that. Like you're greedy, so you're looking for a treasure, and now like you can totally like run a game entirely of compels, I think. But I've got long ways to go before I'm at that level of GMing, like way out of my league. But one day I'll do that. I'm making a promise to myself right now.
Hi. Sorry.
Hi.
Yeah, I was just saying you can fail forward and it just creates a story. So
yeah.
Oh, and did the trouble with Akro, whatever his name is, Akro, did that count as a compel, or is that?
Yeah,
is
that was the you getting in trouble.
Okay.
You've made a new enemy,
All right.
and it will come back to bite you. I'm gonna try to do like the in between session like updates like really well and like actually like have this stuff come back later in some way. I'm gonna make a list of important NPCs, like basically guys you interacted with, and then like have them update their own story alongside you guys, and see where they move forward, and then be like suddenly, hey, you know, they haven't been sitting still in this time, so they've done this, and now the situation is like this.
Sounds good.
Apart from all the searching, I'm really enjoying the fact that I can be like, hey, there's patrons in the inn. Oh, yeah, it's like this guy, and this guy. Okay, so you do like this in response. Cool. And it's really, really fun and cool to GM. Is Toby back yet?
Yes.
And is Demi back?
No,
Is he
he
just
I
disappeared?
think he just disappeared again.
Yeah, but he might still like be wearing his
No, he
headset.
put his headset off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
Hey.
Okay, we are ready to continue. So I believe you guys were leading Okro outside. Or are you still doing things before?
I'm fine.
Okay. So you exit the inn. Do you do something? What do you do when you get outside? Do you run away? Do you hide? Do you try to lay down primitive traps?
Hmm.
Do you scream for help? Do you call up and call for your mummy? You know.
I just quickly go to the right and then try to climb up on the roof so I can stand above the door.
Sure. Why don't you use your athletics to do that?
Oh, I'd love to do that.
Oh no. Or is there? Oh, never mind. Yeah. No problem. You climb up, and you're fast enough to take position while he's finishing his last drops of beer.
I'll make maybe a few maybe unnecessary steps left and right just to try and see if there's somewhere a loose stone or a tile or something.
Sure. There's one of the street cobbles is loose.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, maybe we'll be able to use that.
How about you, Squidmaw? Do you just stand there, brandishing your claws threateningly, or?
Let me see. I will just kind of say, well, if you're looking for trouble, I think you just found it. And is he like rushing to at us aggressively, or is he like feeling out the situation?
He looks you up and down when you say looking for trouble, and he has this kind of like sideways grin. He says, "I'm not sure if that's that much trouble." And you're trying to. I presume you're using your high spot because you don't want to be seen, right? So let's see if he notices you. I don't think you have to roll stealth. I think you can just use the fact that you have a high spot to be sneaky. So I'll just roll against like a set number for him. Unless you specifically want to.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Okay, that came
Yeah.
sudden.
There are upsides and downsides to having a cat on my shoulder rather than a parrot.
I'm sure, like these days, the fashionable pirates all have cats.
They're good at hunting down the rats.
Exactly.
And the old parrots.
Pirate hats as well.
Yeah.
So he doesn't notice you, son, and he steps out and he says some he makes like the snide, not so much trouble comment, and then he quickly tries to surprise you by grabbing a weapon from behind from his like the band in on his back and like throwing it at you, Squidmaw.
He's throwing it back at me?
He throws a weapon at you.
Oh, okay.
He grabs one from like his waistband, but at the back, so he tries to be sneaky and surprise you.
Can I say that I've lived enough to have seen such dirty tricks and try to hit if it's a spear, hit it in the air and just disable it that way.
You could, but that would be mighty tricky.
Could
I can still try. I'm
can try.
using
definitely.
a fate point for that, I suppose.
You can try to do it, and if you fail, you can use a fate point.
Or I could give him
Fair
an
enough.
advantage by signaling him that he's trying to go for the weapon, since I see it from behind.
You would be able to see that from above. Yeah, sure. You could signal M and give her an advantage.
Is that notice? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that would be notice. Fair result would be enough, since you've got a good vantage point.
Oh.
Probably not enough.
Oh well.
Your short attention span just didn't do it.
Yeah.
You were already looking at the nice lady at the end of the street, or the shiny necklace she was wearing, probably.
That's a 2. I used fight, which is the same as
that
my
would be like
athletics.
kicking it out of the way or something like that. So you could do that.
Yeah.
But a 2 wouldn't be enough. I think
Would
you'd
a
need
4 be?
I don't know. To me, that sounded like at least a fantastic or an epic
Okay.
quest
Fair
to try
enough.
and grab a weapon from the air. Maybe somebody else sees it differently. I don't know.
I'm fine with that.
I think great wouldn't be enough.
Okay.
And it wouldn't be enough.
Well, I'll try and get out of the way.
Okay, you need to beat a good result.
Athletics.
Or fight or whatever you.
Okay.
If you're trying to dodge out of the way, then athletics.
The same.
If you're trying to kick it out of the way, then. But I guess if you're trying to kick it, then it's gonna be harder. It's probably athletics. Yeah, that would be the most sensible one.
Oh. Ah.
That's gonna hurt. It
What the
sticks
hell?
into your shoulder, just below the like herd. What do you call that? Shell, I guess.
Shell or maybe chitin.
Chitin? Okay. I do not know that word, but it sounds fancy.
Oh. Well, okay. Written out, it looks like chitin.
Chitin.
Ah,
What bugs?
But it's sort of, yeah,
are made out of?
I still
natural
don't-
armor.
The stuff that
Yeah.
bugs have got in their shell.
Yeah, I mean, I understand what he
yeah.
means by it, but like I don't know the word. I've never seen it before. I learn a lot of new words from you, Brad.
Well, see, your English is so much better than any little bits that I've learned of another language that I could never fall to.
Thank you.
So would that be?
You take
would
3
that-
shifts of damage.
Okay.
If you have a 3-shift physical hitbox, then you can absorb it with that. Else, you need to take a moderate consequence.
Okay. So I do have average. My physical prowess is average. So
Yeah, then
that,
you'd have exactly 3.
okay.
Yep.
So it just fills that third one, or does it fill? It fills all 3.
It fills the third one, so
Okay.
that's just the third one, not the first. It's just like this, like the 3-shift box can absorb a 3-shift hit.
Okay. Then I
I think.
won't even worry about trying to invoke anything.
No need. You can take a hit.
But I will try to squeeze his head.
Okay. You go squeeze his head.
All right.
You can squid his head.
Yes.
Of course, he will object to being squeezed. Again, with a good opposition for you. But I'm sure you'd be very good at squeezing. Ooh, nice.
Yes.
I'm sure if you wanted, you could invoke to deal more damage.
Sure.
That's up to you.
There are in fact suckers on my tentacles that make them clawed suckers even that make them very hard to just brush off.
Of course. So how many shifts do you deal then? I guess like 5. If you have like an 8 and you're up against a 3.
Well, let me see if I'm once again invoking horrible amalgamation, so that bumps it all the way up to an 8.
Yeah. Okay.
Which is epic or something.
You squeeze so hard that you break the guy's nose. And blood is streaming down his forehead. Or not forehead. You have a really weird
Blood is streaming up his forehead.
Blood is streaming down like his mouth and like chin. He has a broken nose. Don't forget that when you inflict a consequence on somebody, you can also invoke it once for free.
Okay.
So you could say, hey, blood is streaming up his forehead, so it's in his eyes now.
Okay.
No.
So-
Well, I'm sure you could like say that he's distracted by it in some way or something at some point.
Okay, and I'll say it's getting about time for you to say goodnight.
And to that comment, I jump down the roof and knock him on the... Which
Okay.
would be fighting or athletics?
Probably fight if you want to knock him on his head.
And if I invoke the fact that I'm jumping down, does that, I don't know, give me
Sure.
more power in my hit?
You
or-
managed to climb to an advantageous position. Yeah, sure, why not? You get a +2 because you also rolled for climbing up and everything, so you can treat that as an advantage that you have created. So you don't even have to spend a fate point. Just get it for free.
So if I spend a fate point, that gives me a +2 on whatever I'm doing?
Yeah, so you can spend a fate point to invoke somebody, something. Like if you can't just be like, hey, I invoke it and then you get something. You can, when you invoke something, you need to spend a fate point. When you
Okay.
create an advantage and you succeed, then you've got what's called a free invoke on a success. So if you
Okay.
don't succeed, you might still create the situation, but you don't have a free invoke on it. But if you succeed, you have a free invoke. So you climbed up and you succeeded at that, and you have a free invoke on that still. So it won't cost a fate point to use that advantage. So you get a
So-
+2, but without spending a fate point. And if you want, you can spend an extra fate point and get an extra plus, like a +4 instead of a +2. But that's up
And
to you.
how many things could I use at once? Because, well, there would be the invoker and he's confused because he's got no nose. But I don't need it right now, but just to understand it, is there a limit to the situations I can use?
So first of all, you can decide whether you want to invoke something after you roll. So you can just see what the result looks like and be like, I want it to be a bit higher.
Okay.
The second is you can't stack aspects. So you can't invoke an aspect twice, and you can't invoke your you can't spend more than one fate point basically to invoke. But you can stack advantages that you've created. So if like you could if Brad would say like, hey, this thing that I created for myself, the fact that I have a free invoke on his bloody nose, because that's something that Brad has, he's got a free invoke on that, and I want to give it to Sun, then you can stack that on top of the fact that you're jumping. But since he's the one who created that, it's his
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
thing
No,
to
that's
take or
good.
keep
Okay.
or give.
Just a good to
So,
know as well.
yeah, I mean, if you need the boost, then you're certainly welcome to it.
Well, I just roll with the +2 that I got. Oh, well, I don't know.
Let's
3.
see. So no, that actually doesn't make it.
Okay. But would it make it if he had blood in his eyes?
That would make a difference, yeah.
Okay. Sure. Please.
Help yourself.
I think that would be the case.
Okay. So you knock him squarely on the head, and he's sure to have a headache from this tomorrow. But he's not taken out yet.
Well, seeing that Kazo, that blood up his forehead, and he's probably a bit dizzy. I'm going to try and kind of spar with him, so he, so I get a few steps on him, so he goes back and steps on the loose
Okay.
tile and falls down.
That sounds like you're trying to deceive him.
No, I'm trying to invoke the aspect of the loose
Okay.
thing and fight him in the meantime.
Okay.
I want
Sure.
interrupt your meal.
Say hi to Eldith in the background.
Yeah. Sorry.
So that's my fight, and I guess I'm using the loose tile for an advantage, if that makes sense.
Knock yourself
Oops.
out. Let's see what you got.
And
to
I spent a
beat.
fate point.
Yay!
So I got a 5.
But this time you have to beat a 5.
I did beat a 5. Well, I did.
You met.
I met the 5.
Okay.
I can fall down as well.
Yeah, that you can succeed, but at a cost, or you can have a boost. Like normally, you'd have a boost if you meet in a fight, like rules wise. But if you want to succeed at a cost, that's fine too.
Well, as Brad said, succeeding at a cost is always more fun. So.
Do you want to deal damage to him, or do you want to knock him to the ground?
I want to knock him to the ground.
Okay, you guys both topple over.
Fair enough. Didn't go as planned, but
Well, you've got some standing accomplices. Still in your advantage, I think.
Yeah, I need some fighting aspect. Not aspect, but stunt.
Yeah, you guys end up fighting a lot.
Who knew? Pirates.
I was busy preparing all these like NPCs and like story things, and I was like, I wonder if they're going to fight at all.
Yeah,
And
well,
then you guys already fought like twice in like the first session. I guess you guys are the island type of pirates.
my character isn't even a fighter.
Well, I mean, in the future we can, mend our wayward ways. That's hardly a clever turn of phrase, but we don't always have to be this way. You guys want to focus on other aspects.
Oh, it's just.
Yeah, I
well,
mean, it's what you guys want. That's totally up to you. I didn't mind running fights. I didn't mind running other kinds of preparations, encounters.
well,
That's totally fine for me either way. I know that Mark is going to be sad that he wasn't there because his character is like basically like a fighting stunt, another fighting stunt, another fighting stunt. But I think he played too many Dungeons and Dragons style games. He's probably still stuck in that a little bit. But we'll see. Maybe it's intention.
So we have to make the next session where he's back in completely without fighting.
Yes.
Yeah, like completely like role playing.
Just
like,
so we can say, hey, look what we did the last session. We fought
It was
this and fought that,
fun.
but now,
yeah, we wanted to do something different. We've been fighting so much.
We decided
Aw.
you wouldn't enjoy fighting that, so.
Yeah. We should just talk to people. Get to know them.
I'm not good at that either.
What are you good at? Setting traps.
stealing stuff.
Well, you guys have done plenty of that as well, so no complaining there.
Fair enough.
You even set some navy dude on your enemies.
Yeah.
But there's still more things that have been nailed down, so...
So yeah, well, now M is lying on the ground and rolling around with Orko, and we're talking about.
Yeah, you should probably do something about
So
that.
yeah, you have a free invoke on him lying down, and he has a free invoke on you lying down. And you can give yours away, of course, to somebody
sure.
maybe more suitable for, doing stuff while they're standing. I believe it's Squidmaw's turn.
Okay.
Or is it the guy's turn?
I think the guy did his surprise things first.
Okay, yeah, then it's Alfred's turn. Noticing that he's got a lot of enemies, he's going to try and roll away and make a break for it. He likes to fight you guys on his own terms, I guess. And then I need to find him again. Okay. Yeah, he's going to make a run for it.
Yeah,
And he climbs up. He's not that fast, but he starts running away.
Okay. Well, I'll certainly make that a pose, because I don't want him to just run away.
You want to punish him.
Yes. He can yield, but not just flee.
Well, you need to beat a fair result.
Okay. Fighting?
If you're trying to keep up with him, it's probably athletics.
Oh, I'm trying to keep him from. I had laid tentacles on him, and I'm not letting go. I don't want him to start running away in the first place.
With strength.
Oh, so that'd be physique.
Yeah, physique. I think, or if you're trying to like trip him, athletics could work as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll trip him.
Okay. You want to succeed at a cost?
You can use the thing I got. The
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that's
Green
already
Volk.
down.
Okay, yeah. Stay down.
Okay, he stays down. He's not going anywhere. Son, what are you doing with this floored rascal?
It's the best thing would be that, well, I don't know, I tried to help M on her feet. Because, yeah, well, she's better in fighting than I am.
Sure, you can pull her up.
Fair enough. I'm up.
Okay, what do you do now that you're up?
Dust myself off and get my my rapier again and just point it at the guy and
Stick it
smile at him.
somewhere awkward.
Basically, yeah.
That always works.
So,
And,
uh,
and I'll tell him
running
what
him.
you're saying.
So, are you running him through, or trying to get him to give up?
Oh yeah, just trying to get him to scared and
Okay, cool.
Well, you know, people are generally not that brave with a rapier at
stuff.
stuff.
And he has
would you
blood in his
would you
eyes,
try
obviously.
to see if he's complying with what you do? And I'm talking about empathy here.
Sure. I'm bad at this as well. Well, I shouldn't say bad. I should say
Mediocre.
mediocre. And again, I've lived long enough to see such vermin lying on the
Of
ground,
course.
scared for their
Well,
life.
with that, you manage to immediately realize that he's going to, pretend to surrender, and then as soon as you blink for a moment, he's going to go for his gun that is hanging at his belt.
I'll kick the gun out of his belt.
Okay. He decides that his original plan wasn't a very good idea, and he says, "Fine, and now."
Now you buy us drinks.
I have a way better idea, if I may suggest something out of character. You could ask him very friendly to kiss Squidmaw's boot.
Well, that's up to him.
And
Well-
I'd say the weapon he threw and the gun we kicked out will be taken as a trophy for the lose anyways, or for the win. I don't know.
Yes,
Yeah. Take it.
begging your pardon, mistress, but I would be more gratified with gold in my pouches than kisses on my boots.
Big guy has a point. we can buy kissed boots,
Well, take the boot kiss as a bonus.
Could hire people for that.
He looks at you, Toby, son. He looks at you, son, and suddenly he's very big and intimidating. He says, "Don't push it too far, monkey." And he offers you a gold piece, Squidmaw.
What's
Well, okay. I mean, I think to Squidmaw that's a fortune. So he's willing to accept it. But if the others think he's holding out, then that's fine too.
The gold piece is pretty
Well-
fair if you're trying to, have like a simple meal, and it'd feed you for a few days.
Well, my banana shake costs 8 copper, so I would be fine with 1 gold for now.
4 copper, actually.
Yeah, 4 copper. Didn't I say 4?
You said 8.
Damn it. 4, sorry.
Um.
Well,
How about you,
Uh,
Did I hear someone was greedy?
usually normally I would be fine with I would say you know whatever Squidmon decides is kind of his thing right now. But then again, I see my aspect being greed and curiosity drive me forward. So
Well,
I will say yeah, that's totally fine. And when he turns back to leave, I'll try to burgle his whole purse for myself.
Nice.
how about I have a better suggestion. How about you squeeze this guy for everything he's got, just to make sure that he'll definitely come back at some point to get his revenge.
Well, him missing his purse would probably have the same result when he realizes that we got it.
Well,
Anyway.
Yeah, he'll know where he lost it.
You don't just take his purse, you also take his shoes and his weapons. And maybe his shirt if
Well-
you like it so much.
But,
Well,
that's
how
true.
about
I mean,
that,
it's
like-
Chief in the first place, him waking up naked in the
I mean, if it's medieval times, then clothing is really expensive. So yeah, maybe it's worth taking everything.
But on the other hand, we don't know how
we
beaten
don't
he
want
is yet.
you to kiss our boots. We want your boots.
That's all right with me.
You like if looks could kill. Oh, this guy's eyes are shooting fire at you. But he takes off his boots. What else do you demand?
His belt, so he must
Hold up his pants.
hold up his pants exactly.
Okay, he gives you his belt and holds up his.
But is there an empty barrel around? By any chance?
Sure, there'd always be an empty barrel.
I'll say. I'll tell you what. You can go back to your filthy abode in that there barrel. Wearing that there barrel or rolling in it. Which do you prefer?
Okay, this guy is going to take such sweet revenge on me.
He's gonna
Yes, he is.
try.
He takes the barrel, like kicks out the bottom and wears it.
Well, it's early on. We need enemies.
And like shuffles away like in a an awkward shuffle. And you guys are the proud new owners of a handgun, a purse with a few gold coins. That's an aspect that you guys can put on yourself, and whenever you need to spend, you can just it's an aspect, but you can invoke it, but you could also just decide to spend the aspect, and then it won't cost a fate point, but you'll lose the aspect.
Aspect or extra?
Aspect or extra if you'd like, however you'd like
Well,
to treat it.
Since there isn't really a place for notes, I'm going to throw it down under extras just as a place to put it.
I thought of a way to humiliate this guy even more, but not sure. I don't see him doing it. So if any one of you wants to, run after him and say, "Oh, I'm totally sorry. We forgot decency here," and give him a few coppers. Here, have a beer on us.
Yeah, I don't think I'll do that, but I will say as he's walking off, and have a good day.
Well, you've attracted
Not too
some
much
bystanders,
trouble,
by the
eh?
way, that are looking at the things happening, and you see a few smirks. Although the smirks quickly disappear as soon as Okra looks in the way of the smirkers, of course. So yeah,
Should
you
write
guys
that
have
name down.
those objects. You can divide them between yourselves.
Well, I don't know what Squidmore is wearing, but he might definitely need some clothes to hide his face.
And other picky
Eventually,
bits.
for if he wants to prevent situations like that the next time.
Oh, maybe he had some kind of a fancy hat that you could wear, or a cloak or something.
Yeah, I mean, I had assumed that he had a totally beat up with well used cloak with a hood, so that he can manage to skulk into town.
Red blood-like marking is
Yeah.
the new trend. Everyone wears that now.
Nah, he'd wear a very unobtrusive cloak, like something that when you see it in a street full of people, you just don't really notice it there. Like it just blends with the crowd very well.
Except for the smell. Can't do much about that.
The blood on it now.
Yeah.
You need to wash it first.
Bit of that.
Yeah, from the bloody nose, you mean? Yeah.
From the bloody forehead.
Or that.
I would instinctively go for the purse, of course.
You guys can add the purse with a few gold coins all to your own thing, and you can spend it yourself. Like, I'm sure you can divide up the gold coins enough for you each to have a few. So
Fair
you
enough.
can all add that back to your sheet. Unless you want to negotiate all the gold coins for yourself, then you'd have a well-filled purse on your character sheet.
No, it's fine.
Oh, and if anybody
Add that.
doesn't have the shoot skill, you should actually take the handgun. Anybody who does have it, I guess, is assumed to, right? Because that's
Yeah.
sort of
Everybody-
something that's built
like,
into the
you're
system.
assumed to be able to use your main skills at an acceptable level. Of course, you might not have the handgun of plus 20 awesomeness or something, but
It does the job.
You'd have the tools to do the job. You want to do something really specialized, maybe not, but for normal things, totally. You want to, if you have a fight, then you're expected to have a weapon or fists or whatever.
Or
Yeah.
pincers.
Or pincers. Do you guys want to call it here, or shall we continue for another 20 minutes?
This seems like a pretty good stopping point.
Yeah,
It does. Did you guys enjoy it?
Yes.
definitely.
Do you notice a difference with me being more prepared in the way it plays, or like just this?
I think it would have been fine either way, but there is like a sense of confidence, like whatever comes up, you've got it handled. So that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's nice having like all the visual aids. I think that definitely adds.
Those are cool. I'm happy I figured out how to make maps. There's actually a pretty cool free map making software called AutoRealm. That's actually free because, like, when you look for maps, you see all these like what is it? Fantasy map making tools, and it costs like $60 or something, or maybe less, but like too much. And it's actually a free one, and I use that in combination with a cool website that offers. Actually, the originals of the map look way cooler. Let me show you the original of the pirate map. Where are you?
While you're looking, I also highly recommend checking out the archives at Dungini. They've got some great stuff. It's and perhaps also Cartographer's Guild. found some useful things there as well. And I also want to say thank you to anybody checking this out. I really appreciate it. If you I know that I think people kind of tuned in right as we're getting ready to sign off. The VOD of this will be up within a couple of should be up within a couple of minutes. Please check it out if you're interested. And if you enjoyed the show, please do follow so that you can get updates whenever we go live. I would really appreciate it.
I've linked the picture of like how the maps originally look, which is like really cool because they're you generate them randomly and you just give in like a few factors like I want this much water and such. The problem I have is you can only create like this kind of maps, like this kind of Mediterranean-ish look. You can't create like a desert island or something like that. So that's why I started like making them all myself. Like this is the same map basically. I just went in paint.net. I traced the outline and
I see.
filled it with stuff. And now I can also make it any size I want and things like that for bigger islands and smaller islands and stuff like that.
Pretty cool.
There's actually a hold on, I'll link the website. I think students made it or something. It's a university website. It's pretty useful. You can select like, do you want to show the slopes or like you can even make it like a 3D map out of it. Pretty cool.
Nice.
Okay. Well, thanks again. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the stream.
Close the stream. Okay.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Bye, people.
Bye.